Hey everybody, welcome back to another phenomenal broadcast here with the PSCRL Truck Series. Tonight, we're here at Old Atlanta, the good Atlanta, here with some Truck Series racing. So 150 laps around here tonight. And to help me with that, I've got the one and only, one of the OGs, Jay, in the booth. Jay, how you doing?
Oh man, you said it perfectly there, Tom. The good Atlanta. We're at Old Atlanta, baby. I love it. Thanks for iRacing for having this track and bringing this great content to us. I'm excited. Best iRacers in the business. PSCRL Truck Series back at it again. Great races we've seen this season. I think we're in store for another fantastic banger of a strategy race here tonight as well.
Yes, absolutely. We're going to be going over some of the race info. And we'll go over our infamous picks that we do every week. We'll get into some qualifying, and then we'll go racing. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and pull up our race info for you guys to go ahead and give you a snapshot on what these drivers might be facing here tonight. So, tonight, the track is Hot 150 here at Hotlanta, race 8 of 20. 1.5 mile track length, a track temp right now of 78 degrees Fahrenheit with an altitude of 843 feet. Ambient temp of 75 degrees, 45% humidity, cloudy skies, and a 9-mile-an-hour wind. This is Season 3 of the PSCRL Truck Series. Tonight we got 24 degrees of banking in the corners, 5 degrees of banking on the straights, a 55-foot wide track. Stage caution on lap 30. Pace car speed of 65 miles an hour, and pit speed limit of 50. And then with everybody out here, everybody gets one quick repair. That is the opportunity to roll out your backup car, get some damage repair done, or whatever you may like to get back in on the action if you get caught up in something that is not your fault, or maybe just something of a little bit of a racing incident. Everybody has that second chance. So, let's get right into it here. Matthew Wood on track. Brian Underwood, though. Underwood taken to the top of the charts with a 30.38 at the moment. 20 seconds left in practice. All right, Jay. Let's talk a little bit about what these drivers might be experiencing tonight with Old Hotlanta here in the PSCRL Truck Series.
Yes, Hotlanta. I believe we're going to be in for a strategy race tonight. A lot like we saw at Vegas. Although the difference here is this old, worn-out racing surface. Tire degradation is going to be at an all-time high tonight. Can these drivers keep their cars underneath them? Can they be smart and conserve tires for the long runs? Can they keep this pace up on the long runs? That's going to be the factor here tonight. A lot of great drivers at the front of this field. We know Stange, the gambler man. If it comes down to strategy, watch out for him as well here tonight, as well as Matthew Wood, who's on an absolute tear so far this season. Really showing that long run speed as well. It's going to be a fun, exciting race here at Atlanta. A little bit of strategy game being played.
Yes, absolutely. Now we are taking to the track for qualifying. Real quick in the chat, though, James Gentry, who's in tonight, your one and only, or ones and onlys. Thomas and Jay in the booth, baby. We back at it again here. And then old Josh Kreider. Bumper Thumper Award in effect tonight. And we'll see how that works out for everybody. But right now, we've got Brian Underwood now coming off of turn 4 to start his qualifying run.
Yeah, he's going to cross the line. This guy was quickest in practice. Maybe a threat here for the pole tonight. He's going to go into turn 1, take it down to the bottom. Using that Harvick line a little bit there, right down against that white line. Get a good drive off the corner. Down the backstretch here for his first lap.
Hopefully he got a pretty decent run there coming down the back straightaway. We know the 77 car is fast. We saw him in practice at the top of the board. So as he comes off of turn 4, going to use as much track as he can. Remember, less steering input, less resistance on the front wheel. And let's see what he can do. A 30.66 right now for Brian Underwood. Tyler Bellinger does beat him with a 30.65, or a 30.64, excuse me. As now everybody else takes to the board. Top 5 right now, Danny White, Jonathan Gaston, Nathan Williams.
Yeah, real tight here in qualifying. Your top 4 are separated by less than 5/100ths of a second. We'll see what he does there across the line. Is Underwood. See if he improves. He does. He goes to the top of the board with 30.57.
All right, top of the board for Underwood, excuse me, Jeffrey Goodpaster now coming off of turn 2, taking the shortest way around the track, which is a little bit different than what everybody else has done, but let's see if it works out for Jeffrey Goodpaster now coming off of turn 4. Let's see what he can do here as he doesn't use most of the track like what everybody else was doing. And across the line, Jeffrey Goodpaster does not improve. Chris Dange now to the top of the board. Matthew Wood to the top of the board. Everybody taking their chance now on trying to get the fastest lap there right now. Thomas Horvath coming out of pit road off of turn 2 to start his qualifying run.
Yeah, playing a little bit of leapfrog up here at the top of the pole here at Atlanta, hot Atlanta, as we see Thomas Horvath going on track now, going to be coming to the green flag to start his qualifying run tonight. Mighty fast 04 truck here for Horvath.
Absolutely. This could be a good time to maybe turn around some luck for Thomas, as he had a couple of bad runs in that 04 truck. Let's see what he can do here tonight. This could be a track where you could really capitalize on some other people's mistakes. I mean, it's going to be hot. Lots of tire degradation on this track, the old surface. Very abrasive to the tires. So lots of things can swing towards other drivers if they really capitalize on some things here. So Thomas Horvath coming across the line to complete his first lap. Let's see what he can do here. 30.71. Best for 14th place right now.
Yeah, he's going to take it back down to the bottom here in 1 and 2. Get the drive here off of turn 2. Going to drive this thing down this backstretch as fast as he can down here into turn 3. And like you said, Tom, I think it's going to be a race of consistency. This is a guy to watch. Let's see what he does here in qualifying.
Absolutely. Off at turn 4 now. Does get pretty close to the wall there, but across the start-finish line, Thomas Horvath, he goes to 30.68. And that puts him P11 on the board. Bill Porter now coming across the line to complete his qualifying run. Goes P15 with a 30.71. Nathan Brookover coming off at turn 4 to complete his qualifying run.
Yeah, we'll see what he does off at turn 4. Pretty good exit there. You're going to take it down to the inside, make his track as short as possible. And he's going to move up to P9 with that qualifying effort. What a lap there by Brookover.
A great run. Josh Kreider now just completing his first lap, coming off of turn 2 now. Currently P14 with a 30.68. Let's see if he can improve on this lap. It's going to mean a lot. Track position means a lot here. So Josh Kreider coming into turn 3 to complete his qualifying run.
Nostalgic paint scheme here for Josh Kreider off of turn 4. See if he can get up here and improve his time. He's currently P14. He's going to move up to P8 there with that qualifying time.
What a great run by him as well. Lots of people here getting a great run in. Qualifying is finished. Congratulations to Matthew Wood on his pole. We're going to go to our Grand Marshal.
Thanks, guys. I'm Lonnie Crow, your Grand Marshal for tonight's race. What exciting racing we've been seeing. If you haven't been watching these races and you know somebody out there you want to see the races, hey, give them a call right now and tell them they can get on and watch these races. So, guys, good luck tonight. Start your engines and let's go racing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there is the command. On top tonight, Matthew Wood grabbing the pole with Chris Stange on the outside of him in the 29 starting P2.
Starting P3 in the 77 truck, that's Brian Underwood with Jordan Hand in the 3s starting P4.
Jordan Kreider in the number 69 starting P5 tonight with Dylan Carrier on the outside of him in the number 54 starting P6.
Tyler Bellinger in the number 21 truck starting P7 with Joshua Kreider in the number 5 starting P8.
Nathan Williams in the number 13 starting P9 tonight with the other Nathan Brookover, starting P10 in the number 27.
Starting P11 in the number 79 truck, that is Danny White with Landon Burbridge in the 2 truck, rounding out your top 12 starters here tonight in the Track is Hot 150 here in Atlanta.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Jay, let's do it. Let's get into our picks here. Before we go green flag racing, you started off.
Yes, I'm going with the man, mighty fast man, Jordan Hand in the number 3 truck. I believe tonight is his night. He's been knocking on the door of some of these wins. He's got multiple podiums on the season. I think tonight he finds himself back in victory lane again like he did there at Auto Club.
That's a great choice. Jordan Hand having speed every weekend and putting himself in great positions as well. But this may be a little bit of a strategy race, Jay. What did we see at Las Vegas? We saw Chris Stange with an amazing strategy that put him on top at the end of the race. I'm choosing Chris Stange tonight to get the dubs on strategy. And hopefully the number 29 can do that tonight. So, with that being said, we are rolling, ladies and gentlemen, ready to get this thing going, ready to get the green flag. We're going into turn 1. We're going to go back to Jay with the infamous. Any last words before we go green flag racing?
The best iRacers in the business here in the PSCRL Truck Series here at Old Atlanta, hot Atlanta. We're going to see some fantastic racing like we've seen all season long. These guys are buckled and ready to go. We're going to see these guys duke it out for the victory here in Atlanta as we're going to go rolling green here shortly.
Absolutely, 150 laps here tonight. We're going to be seeing who can conserve the tire, conserve the fuel, have the best strategy. And after 150 laps, one of 21 of these drivers going to take home the checkered flag and put themselves in the playoffs, either one win better or introducing themselves to the playoffs. So, off at turn 4, we're going to watch the pace car come off of the racing surface, control to the 16 of Matthew Wood, and see him restart this race, or start this race. And the green flag is out in the air. Matthew Wood, Chris Stange out front, side by side, across the start-finish line, and through the tri-oval. Chris Stange trying to make a run on the outside, and he's doing a pretty dang good job doing that right now. Still side by side with the leader, Matthew Wood, off of turn 2, and the 29 might get a little bit of a run here down the back straightaway.
A little bit of a classic drag race here by Wood and Stange as Underwood's getting his nose put down here to the inside of Stange. Through turns 3 and 4 now, it looks like Wood is going to clear the 29 of Stange here off of turn 4. It's going to get real tight here, maybe a drag race to the line, but it looks like Matthew Wood's going to lead the first lap here at Atlanta.
Matthew Wood taking the first lap in the books with Chris Stange still on the outside of him. He is doing a phenomenal job keeping that 29 car relevant. Now coming off of turn 2, the 29 and the 16 side by side coming down the back straightaway, and Chris Stange, he does clear the 16 there going into turn 3.
Wow, what a drive there by Stange off of turn 2 down the back. He takes the lead from Matthew Wood. As now Underwood's up to the outside of Matthew Wood. We're going to drag race across the line. It looks like the 77 of Underwood's going to take over that P2 spot.
What a move by the 77 to get himself into P2. Underwood, what a move so far to get himself up top the podium, or in the middle of the podium, as we still got a little bit of battling back here as the top 5 go single file. Jordan Kreider and Josh Kreider going at it into turn 3.
Yeah, brothers duking it out here through turns 3 and 4. It looks like Josh Kreider's going to carry the momentum off of 4. He's going to get to the outside of Carrier now across the line. They're going to drag race it out as he's going to maybe use this outside line into turn 1. You see Hand throw a little bit of defensive move here into turn 1.
Still side by side. Josh Kreider on the outside. The 54 of Dylan Carrier to the inside. All the support to the high side as the 54 gets hung out to dry by Jordan Kreider. No more help on the bottom side as Josh still holding really strong on the outside. He's got a little bit of help by Nathan Williams now off of turn 4. He's going to look to the outside of the 3 car, Jordan Hand, and he's going to get up to the rear bumper of the 16.
Side by side here into turn 1. Here comes Hand to the inside of Matthew Wood. He's going to make that move up to P3. As Carrier's now to the inside of the 16 of Wood. Here comes Kreider. Does he push the 16 past the 54? Still drag racing as we head into turn 3.
Now into turn 3. The 16 to the outside. The 54 on the inside. Josh Kreider looking to make it 3 wide. He does. Up the middle now. Oh, so close. The 16. Almost contact with the wall. Almost contact with the 5 car. Now coming into turn 1. It looks like Josh Kreider may have a little bit of an advantage here. And we'll see what he can do off of turn 2.
Your pole sitter back to P8 now as these guys are racing up here at the front of the field. Jordan Hand up to P3. Kreider and Carrier still side by side. Nathan Williams trying to find somewhere to go. He's going to go to the outside, following the Kreider's tire tracks. As Kreider's making some work up here on the outside, ripping the boards.
Now, As this battle continues on, we did have a lead change. Brian Underwood back to the point. Chris Dange now coming under attack by Jordan Hand to the inside. Oh, very close there by Dylan Carrier. Almost contact with Josh Kreider in the middle of 1 and 2. Now off of 2. It looks like Josh Kreider now finds himself in P3. Oh, so close to contact again. Into turn 3 they go, and the racing continues.
These guys continue to battle it out, but Josh Kreider is finding so much pace up here on the outside. Side by side with Hand. He's trying to get side by side now with the 29 of Stage. This 5 truck is on absolute rails right now. Rocket Ship Master up here on the outside.
Josh Kreider still rocking that outside lane, but look at this, the 13 truck of Nathan Williams doing a phenomenal job to keep up with the 5 truck. He's just following him through this field. Stage now back. Oh, he's in the wall! Josh Kreider in the wall early in this race. He's gonna lose those positions. He worked so hard to get. Now off of turn 4, it's up to Nathan Williams to continue this run.
Wow, that was some significant contact there by Kreider. He keeps his foot in it, but Williams is now going to take that top line, and he's going to take the lead in the charge up there on the outside. Side by side here with Hand. Off of turn 2, this could get tight. Williams, he's not going to, oh, that was so tight there off of turn 2.
Now coming down the back straightaway and into turn 3. Chris Stage looks to be taking a different line into turn 3, trying to get underneath the 77. But here comes Nathan Williams on the outside. Off of turn 4, he's going to look to the outside of Chris Stage. Let's see what he can do. Oh, the 3 truck cuts the nose off of Dylan Carrier. Coming down the front straightaway, now into turn 1.
Yeah, down here into turn 1, it looks like Stage is going to be able to clear the 13 of Williams. Hand maybe looking to the inside of Williams. Not going to be able to get there. They're all going to go single file here off of turn 2. Who develops a run? It looks like Williams maybe peeking to the inside on Stage. He is looking to the inside. He's not going to be able to make it happen into turn 3 as we continue here. Front 5, single file.
Now, coming off of turn 4, Brian Underwood still leads the charge, and they're single file now for the top 20, it looks like, coming across the line to complete lap 10. 10 laps in the books here in Atlanta, now into turn 1.
Into turn 1, Williams going back up to the outside. Everybody went right down against the white line down on the inside. He was trying to find a little bit of a different racing line there. They're all going to follow in the tow here down the backstretch. Williams doesn't go back to the outside. Oh, here comes Stage to the inside as Underwood goes to the outside. That's a little different here off of turn 4.
Is it going to work for him? It might look like he's going to lose a little bit of time. He does. A little bit of space increase between the 77 and 29 as the 13 of Nathan Williams now to the rear bumper of Chris Dange. Going into turn 1 now, it looks like the 29 is going to gain a lot more ground here coming down the back straightaway, and it looks it looks like the 29 has a little bit of a better corner through 1 and 2 and loses it in 3 and 4.
Yeah, these guys are all still right under a blanket battling for this top spot as you see Williams continuing to work that outside line. Here comes Hand, run up to the bumper, a little bit of bumper business there off of turn 4. Does Hand have a run here into turn 1? He's looking to side by side here with Williams on a turn 1.
Side by side for 3rd place right now to be on the podium position. Jordan Hand looking to the inside of Nathan Williams. Now down the back straightaway. It looks like the 3 truck ran out of steam there just for a second. Maybe a bit of wall contact by the 13 off of turn 2. Now into turn 3, it looks like Nathan Williams does hold on to that position, and he secures that P3 for now. Down the front straightaway to complete lap 13.
Yeah, Williams so strong up there on the outside. Hand not being able to commit to that bottom line and make it work. Is now Williams is going to go to the inside line. He's going to play a little switcheroo here through 1 and 2. Hand's going to get a great run here off of 2. Get right up to the bumper of Williams. A little bit of bumper business. Hand's going to take it to the inside down the backstretch. We might be side by side here in a turn 3.
Side by side for 3rd place here. Jordan Hand to the inside, Nathan Williams to the outside. Still side by side now off at turn 3, and they're going to duke it out across the start-finish line. That one goes to Jordan Hand for P3, and now into turn 1. Still side by side as Dylan Carrier lurks in the background.
Yeah, Carrier trying to figure out where he wants to go. Oh, Hand grabs a little bit of apron. It's going to get tight over turn 2. Oh, they don't make contact. Williams grabs a little bit of wall there down the back. But Hand's still working this inside line. Williams is going to take it up to the boards here in a turn 3. Aggressive on corner entry.
Now through 3 and 4, Nathan Williams is going to clear the 3 once again. That outside line on rails right now as Jordan Hand, he's going to look to the inside in turn 1 to see if he can do it. No, he thinks better of it. Here comes Nathan Williams. Williams to the outside of Chris Stage. He's not going to be able to do much with it, but off of turn 2, he might get a little bit of a run here. Oh, the 3 truck is so close, and they straighten it out. Now into turn 3 on lap 16.
Yes, we are halfway to the stage break here. These guys continuing to battle it out for every position. These points are going to be awarded in 15 laps. His hand gets right up to the bumper again of Williams. He's going to take it to the inside across the tri-oval. Can he stay side by side here? Can he make a move here into turn 1? We saw Williams use this outside so effective so far in this race. His hand send it in there into turn 1.
Now coming off of turn 2, still side by side for P3. Looks like Chris Stage might be losing a little bit of steam himself now on this racetrack as the 3 truck tries to get a little bit of a draft there to slow down the 13. It doesn't happen. The 13 clears the 3 once again, but we're going to be able to see what's going to happen here off of turn 4. That's where the 3 truck is so strong and once again goes side by side with Williams on the outside. And let's see if he can hold on to it this time into turn 1, still side by side.
Oh, he sent it in there. He's going to be able to clear him here into through 1 and 2 off of turn 2. Move hand up here to P2, or P3, excuse me. As now Williams is going to have to figure out a line he wants to take here into turn 3. Hand's going to go to the outside. Williams going to fall on the tire tracks here into turn 3. But as these guys battle, the rest of the field is closing this gap to these boys.
Absolutely. Now side by side, that is for 5th place. Dylan Carrier to the outside, Matthew Wood to the inside, as Brian Underwood now has stretched this gap to just about 1 second. He is through turn 1 and 2 now, as Matthew Wood now switches up to the outside lane, but the 54 cuts him off. Coming down the back straightaway now, Jordan Hand does take over P3 as Nathan Williams now struggling to keep up with the pace.
Yeah, as you see 3 different lines being used here through 3 and 4. Matthew Wood struggled at the beginning of this race, lost several positions. Maybe the long run pace in this truck is coming alive here towards the end of this stage. Is he side by side with Williams here in a turn 1? This is insane. He's working this outside line.
Now going through turn 1 and 2, the 13's dropping like a rock all the way back to P7 now off of turn 2 and down the back straightaway. A little side-by-side battle here with Matthew Wood and Dylan Carrier going into turn 3. Wood on the inside, Carrier on the outside now, and it looks like this 16 is just going to barely clear the 54 slide job off of turn 4, and he sticks it. What a move by Matthew Wood!
Yeah, Carrier showed him a lot of respect there, allowing Wood to clear him there into turn, or off of turn 4. Now into turn 1, Wood up to P4. He's climbing through these boys.
Oh,
off
Jay,
of turn 2.
look at this.
Oh, big strategy change here with Williams right before the stage. He's gonna forgo stage points here.
Well, that is definitely a call. You know, right there. I don't know how that's going to work out, but hopefully it works out in favor for him, as Chris Stage now is still in P2, Jordan Hand P3, Matthew Wood P4, Dylan Carrier rounds out your top 5 with Brian Underwood still leading this race, as now Jordan Hand comes under attack by the 16 of Matthew Wood off of turn 2.
Yeah, as you see everybody in 1 and 2 rotate to the bottom. Oh, Carrier's in the wall back there off of turn 2. He saves it. Wow, incredible save there by Carrier. That was a little uh-oh moment, as now you see Kreider using the outside line. Can he take advantage of the 54 of Carrier having a little bit of a mistake off of 2? He's going to drive this thing off of 4. We're going to have 8 laps to go in this stage. Points are on the line here.
8 laps to go, and Josh Kreider trying to find himself in the top 5 as he now hunts down the 54 truck of Dylan Carrier through 1 and 2, using that real high line there to try to get a decent apex off the exit. And look at this run he's going to get. He's going to get right to the rear bumper of the 54, and he's not going to do anything with it this time by. Now into turn 3, Josh Kreider once again using that outside lane to try and find speed to get around the 54. Let's see if he does anything here with it off of 4 and down the front straightaway.
Yeah, full commitment to the outside line. Oh, with the crossover move down to the inside here to turn 1. We're door to door. Side by side
crash
is out.
Danny White.
Doesn't look like he has any damage. Maybe just a little spin there. Maybe a little bit of right front. It's hard to tell with the paint scheme on that truck.
All right, let's go back and look at this yellow flag and see what happened to the 79 here. It looks like, oh, he's definitely turned around there. Let's go off at turn 4. Oh, he's already real loose. Look at that. Oh, maybe
contact.
Maybe a little bit of contact there. We'll go in a little bit of slow-mo here. Maybe try to get a good view for you guys. Off of turn 4 now, Danny White in the 79. Really pushing. You can see the wheel input on that truck pushing real hard. and probably checking up a lot. Maybe not a lot to, or where didn't really have anywhere to go for the 19 truck. The 72 barely checking up in time. Does he get a little bit of wall there? He does. Lots of right side wall contact there for the 72, and then the 79 does come back down across the track, and really nowhere for the 19 to go, it looks like, as Danny White comes spinning across the infield there. And that looks like the 25 of William Connolly as well, going through the grass. As you can see, him gets nicely around the 79. Let's see if Danny makes a little bit of contact here. He saves it. Whoa, look at that. Whoa.
Oh, wow. Dang, that was Nathan Williams right there off the pit stop. Almost put himself in harm's way. I think you called it right there, though, Tom. I think the 79 got a little tight there, and the 19, the closing rate was a little bit faster than he expected. Just made a little contact. But we're seeing some pit stops here right before the end of the stage, changing up the strategy. Big calls here. This could be a race-changing moment here at this lap 26 mark on this caution.
Yes, absolutely. Jordan Kreider down pit road. Josh, Nathan Brookover, Danny White, Landon Burbridge, and Thomas Horvath all down pit road at the moment. Here comes Landon. Josh Kreider coming to be the first one off of pit road. And Nathan Brookover, P2. Landon, P3. Thomas, he's going to come off P4 off of pit road. Jordan still sitting on pit road. Danny White probably trying to fix a little bit of damage here. Maybe he may have sustained during that spin he had in the infield. So you can see him taking off now. He's going to overtake Jordan Kreider as Nathan Williams does stay on the lead lap here, even after making that pit stop. So it might be working out here for Nathan, although he might have a little bit of a disadvantage to the people in front of him who just took tires. It's Brian Underwood still leading this race.
Yeah, I think you called that right there with Williams. I think that might have been ideal. I don't know. He was still on the lead lap before that caution, but who knows how that would have worked out through the run. Interesting strategies. We've already seen Williams go on a complete alternate strategy. We see about half the field pit there before the stage break, and we're going to get these guys lined up again here. Lights are still on the pace car, so we're not going to go green flag yet. So we're going to have, what, a 2-lap shootout here to the end of the stage here, Tom?
Yep, absolutely. It's we should have been lights off on the pace car this time by, I believe, but we may be going one more lap around for these guys to prepare for the restart. Real quick in the chat, Tyler Bellinger, who is also racing right now. There he is in the number 21. Had a great run at North Wilkesboro. Rockingham, wasn't it?
Rockingham.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know why I got that mixed up, but
I think
anyways.
the thing he's missing from that paint scheme, though, with the Ghost theme and the Ghostbusters, he's missing a John Cena, "You Can't See Me."
Yeah, that's right. Sweet. Tyler had a great run last week, or at North Wilkes, Rockingham, sorry, and kind of faded there at the end due to a little bit of strategy there, but coming back here to Atlanta, running P6 right now, doing a great job. Ty Styles in the chat, giving some support to his brother, Bellinger. Even though he said boo Bellinger. I'm sure that's a little bit of support right there. But
yeah, it's a little bit of support. We'll
all right. Lights are out on the pace car. We're going green flag racing this time by 2-lap shootout for these guys for a stage victory. Chris Stange on the outside of Brian Underwood, who is leading this race. And Brian Underwood has led every lap so far. These guys electing to stay out for the points, not come in for an early pit strategy.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting restart. We saw the 29 take off on that initial start. He had that short run speed dialed in. Matthew Wood, your pole sitter, faded on that initial restart, or the initial start of this race. Let's see if he figured something out here on this restart to get these stage points, as they're up for grabs as this championship battle is heating up.
Yes, absolutely it is. Every point matters, especially in these stages. You can make up a lot of points in the stages and find yourself in a good position, even if you don't get a good finish at the end of the night. These stage points mean a lot. It could potentially mean a P6 finish if you finish 16th. So there's a lot on the line here as these guys now coming off of turn 4. Pace car is going to come off of the racing surface, give control to the 77. Brian Underwood. Brian Underwood's going to find himself in the restart zone, and the green flag out in the air. And we're about to watch that right now here at Atlanta. The green flag is out in the air, and Brian Underwood gets... Oh, we're wrecking in the back! The 21, he spins his tires, and the yellow flag is out. Here comes Dudley, putting the TKO on the 21.
Yeah, we've seen this so many times in the past with other leagues here at Atlanta. It's such a tough track to master the restarts here. And that was, I think that's what we had. A little bit of tire spin out of the 21. So unfortunate there for the guys behind him. Looks like he's got a little bit of rear end damage on that truck. Gonna have to come and assess that.
Yes, absolutely. What a way to finish the stage for sure. As now we're going to finish the stage. And as we do that, we're going to go back and look at the yellow flag and see just how bad he got loose there on the restart. So let's see here. Maybe we can get a little bit. Yeah. All right. Tyler Bellinger in the 21. Yeah, he got real loose there when he tried to put the power down and finds himself real sideways. Getting big contact on the 54 of Carrier. Let's see if Carrier hits the wall here. Oh, yeah, big contact.
No.
Big right front right there for Dylan as he comes across the start-finish line. That is unfortunate for the 54 early in this race. Lap 30. And he does find himself carrying on after that. But the 21 of Bellinger just having a really bad start there. And that's it. That's all she wrote, folks. Dylan Carrier now down pit road.
Yeah, I believe that's going to end the stage. So that's going to give Underwood the stage victory. Stage P2, Hand P3, Wood P4, and Behringer P5.
Whoa.
Oh, Connolly, what happened there? A little bit of net code, maybe?
Let's go back and look. Oh.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
All right. We'll go back up to the front here. And, all right, a little bit of strategy in play. One of the first ones to get new tires here, Josh Kreider, is P11 at the moment. We'll look at our pit strategy to see who has pitted. Kreider in P11 right now with the freshest tires. And look, this is going to put him at a huge advantage here. He's going to restart P1 with basically brand new tires. Brian Underwood and everybody else here from 1st to 10th, they're going to have to pit and take new tires, but they're going to be behind everybody else who already pitted. So, look, Josh Kreider made a phenomenal call here.
Yes, dude, we are on the same wavelength. That's exactly what I was going to say, Tom. He's got brand new tires. We didn't even run a lap. He's going to be at such a great position here. Unbelievable strategy. How these things work out in these races is unbelievable. You never know what's going to happen when the green flag flies and how the race is going to play out. But yes, that was looking pretty damn good there by Josh Kreider with that strategy.
Yeah, Josh Kreider now back to 10th. Doesn't really matter. Everybody else in front of him, I suspect, will pit. And Josh, with the new tires, he's gonna be out here. He's gonna be on a whole different level with those new tires. It's gonna be crazy to watch him, mitigate all the essentially lap traffic in front of him. Everybody else has 32 lap old tires. He's sitting here with brand new ones.
Yeah, and he's been the pioneer of this outside line tonight. He was the first one to really experiment with it and find some pace up there. See if he can continue to roll that outside. It looked like we had some guys bunching up there in the front, maybe side by side. Are we going green flag? No, the lights are still on the pace vehicle, so I don't know. I don't think we're going to see any pit stops here, Tom.
Oh, absolutely.
Going good.
No. Yeah. These guys aren't going to pit. These guys are going to stay out with some older tires now. Remember, on the restart, we had a little bit of issues getting power down, so maybe these guys are going to struggle a little bit with the restart. We'll see how that works out with them. But now going into turn 1, we got lights off on the pace car. We are going to go green flag racing this time by. And we'll see how these guys with older tires can make out here on this restart.
Yeah, this is going to throw a little bit of a wrench into this race to see what these guys could do on these older tires. Maybe thinking I don't know. It'd be hard to think they're thinking a one-stop strategy here, but I've been wrong before. So we'll see how this plays out for these guys up front. Watch these guys in the back though, like Landon Burbage, Josh Kreider, I think Jaden Porter back there, Horvath, all on fresher tires. We'll see what they can do climbing through the field with these guys on older tires in front of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the strategy is, Jay. It's interesting. I love these strategy races. They're so great. Let's make racing great again.
Keeps you on your toes.
All right, off of turn 4, we're going to watch the pace car come off the racing surface, controlled to Brian Underwood as he goes into the restart zone, and the green flag is out in the air. The 77 once again getting a great jump over second place. Chris Stage now with the 16 all over his rear bumper, now going into turn 1. Chris Stage side by side with Jordan Hand now through 1 and 2 as these guys continue to duke it out. Josh Kreider already making up positions as Jordan Hand does clear Chris Stage off of turn 2, and now back down the back straightaway. The 29 going all over the road to try to make a pass.
Yeah, great restart there by Hand. He was playing defensive down the backstretch, but that gave Hand a great run into turn 3. Can he close this gap on Underwood? Is now, look at Matthew Wood on the outside of Stage. He's going to clear him up to P3. As these front 4 kind of checking out from the field here, Hand is going to try to go right behind Underwood. Here comes Matthew Wood on the outside.
Almost 3 wide there for a second through turns 1 and 2. Off of turn 2. Oh, the 3's in the wall. And here comes, the 16 almost grabs a lot of contact there by the 3 car. Chris Stage back around the 3 car, finding himself in the podium position. Here comes Matthew Wood now on the outside through 3 and 4. Now coming down the front straightaway, looking up to make up a lot of time here now, completing lap 35. On 36 now, going into turn 1. And a caution is out.
Yeah, I saw multiple wall contacts there off of 4. I wonder if that was a product of that. I think it was Bellinger, maybe Kreider. A couple of those guys got into the wall off of 4, but I don't see anybody around.
I am
Maybe a
not.
debris caution?
Well, let's see what the yellow flag says here. Maybe it's, maybe it's Henry Dudley? Off of turn 4 now at Atlanta. Let's see what happens here. The caution's already waving. Oh, is this what it is right here? Oh!
Oh.
That was on the green, though.
Yeah, that's
Interesting.
like a real NASCAR style caution right there. I don't know what to say about that, but anyway, we got another caution. We're gonna get another opportunity maybe to see these leaders take a pit stop here. Kreider already up to P7 there on those fresh tires, really taking advantage of those. I saw Bellinger grab a lot of wall there off of 4 just before the yellow flew. We'll see if he comes down pit road to assess that damage. It looks like we are gonna see mass pit stops here though, Tom.
Absolutely. Here they all come now. Everybody. Oh, even Josh Kreider's coming down pit road. As you can see them all now lining up. Thomas Horvath is the only one staying out at the moment. He's going to try to make those tires work. So does Dylan Carrier. He stays out. But Brian Underwood leading the charge down pit road now. Let's see what he does here. 4 tires, absolute. Oh, did he overshoot? He didn't. Oh, very close there for the 77. And the 29. Look how far out the 29 is there. We'll see what these guys can do here.
Oh, Williams with the race off pit road. Same with Danny White. Who wins the race between these two? Looks like that pole position for Wood is going to come into a play here. He's going to beat Underwood off of pit road. Unbelievable.
Yeah. The 16 beat the 77 here. Chris Stange, P3 off of pit road. Jordan Hand now. William Connolly, Josh Kreider, Jonathan Gaston, Landon Burbridge, Jeffrey Goodpasser, Nathan Brookover. All these guys coming off of pit road now as Thomas Horvath now leads the field.
Yeah, as it looks like we see Carrier and Bellinger both staying on the racetrack. These guys took their pit stop during that last caution that they were involved in. So that kind of played out in their favor, getting those backup trucks out, being able to cycle to the front of this field. Williams, I believe, him and Danny White, I believe they may be on a 2-tire strategy. They won that race off pit road convincingly. And then Matthew Wood leaps Underwood under this pit sequence. So we got a whole shakeup here at the front of the field. Different guys in different positions. This is going to be an interesting restart here.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, Matthew Wood winning that race off of pit road now puts him P7 out there on track. Brian Underwood P8, Chris Stange P9, Jordan Hand P10. Josh Kreider with that very lucky pit call now finds himself P12 on track. He's got a little bit of work to do there, as they do have some guys up front here like Thomas Horvath sticking to the strategy that Josh Kreider was on. Himself and Dylan Carrier, I believe. Maybe Dylan Carrier pitted after him. Actually, we can pull that up right now and see. Yeah, he did. Horvath now with the oldest tires of the whole entire field, leading this race.
Yeah, the only caveat to that, though, is that caution did come out right when the green flag waved, so he didn't get a lap on those tires. So, but you are right. He's the one that had the tires put on last or first out of everybody behind him. I think this might work out for him, though, considering that he's got guys on similar tire strategy behind him. This might level out in his favor. This could be a race-changing, race-winning move here by the 04 of Horvath, getting the track position at the right time here.
Yeah, absolutely, it can be. And we talked at the top of the board here that, look, this 04 truck is extremely fast. Just had a little bit of bad luck in the previous weeks. Now finding himself up front with a little bit of strategy. Let's see if it works out for him. For sure, Thomas Horvath does have speed tonight. We'll see if it translates to the race and can stay up front here. Dylan Carrier to the inside of him, as Thomas does choose the outside lane. May be the right call here on the restart, as that outside lane has taken off here. But lights are off on the pace car. We're going green flag racing this time by with Thomas Horvath out front.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this lane choice here by Horvath is taking the outside line. Carrier's been really fast as well. We've seen this inside line take off on restarts. We'll see what Horvath can do up here on the outside line. Maybe be a trailblazer on this outside line for restarts here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, going into turn 3, trying to get yourself in the game here. Get your mind right. Get yourself right. The pace car is still out on track. You're going to watch it dive on down to pit road and control to the 04 truck as they go into the restart zone. Thomas Horvath leading the point now with the green flag out in the air. Thomas Horvath doesn't get as good of a restart as probably what he would have liked, but he's side by side with Dylan Carrier now going into turn 1. He's going to stick to the outside lane. He's got a little bit of help from the 21, as Dylan Carrier now has a little help from the 69 of Jordan Kreider. Off at turn 2 now, we're going to have a drag race down the back straightaway.
Yeah, drag racing down the back. Carrier working this inside line. Horvath working the outside line. Carrier's going to drive it in deep. So does Horvath on the outside. We're still side by side here off of turn 4. Does Carrier clear the 04? He does. He clears him. Oh, unbelievable. That got tied off of turn 4.
We're 3 wide in the back here. This is for P5 at the moment. Chris Stange to the inside and Nathan Williams in the middle. Tyler Bellinger losing a lot of time now, coming off of turn 2. Jordan Kreider to the inside of Matthew Wood to the outside of Jordan Kreider, as he's got those fresh tires coming through the field. Look at that! He cuts the nose off the 69, gets underneath Thomas Horvath off of turn 4 now. Matthew Wood looking to take the lead of this race.
Yeah, move the Iron Man up to P2. Where did he come from on this restart? This is unbelievable, up to P2. As Stange is trying to drive through the field as well. Underwood on the inside line as well behind Horvath. As Lloyd is going to go to the lead off of turn 2. The Iron Man takes point here on lap 43.
Chris Stange now looking to the inside of Thomas Horvath into turn 3. He's going to go side by side with him. He's going to dive it on deep in there. Now off at turn 4. He's to the rear bumper of Dylan Carrier in front of him. He makes the pass on Thomas Horvath now, as Chris Stange finds himself in P3 going after P2 into turn 1. He's going to dive it on deep once again. Look at this, 3 wide in the back.
Yeah, 3 wide here. Horvath thought better of it. Allows Underwood to clear here off of turn 2. But here comes Underwood to the rear bumper. Carrier, he's going to shoot to the bottom. Full send mode here into turn turn 3, side by side with Carrier, as it looks like Stage has closed the gap to Wood here as well. These top guys are duking it out for the lead here on lap 44.
Coming across the line to complete lap 44, Chris Stange all over the rear bumper of the leader, Matthew Wood, as we're side by side for first place. For second place now, Chris Stange to the outside of the leader of Matthew Wood. Brian Underwood to the inside of Dylan Carrier. Now down the back straightaway and into turn 3, Chris Stange gonna try to fight back on the outside here at Atlanta.
Yeah, we're side by side, multiple rows deep here as now Stage is working this outside line. Still side by side with Matthew Wood. He's going to clear him. Stage is going to lead that lap. Can he continue to hold this lead here into turn 3 as Wood's going to continue to use the inside line? Going to Harvick it around the bottom here, but Stage going to get a massive run here off of turn 2.
Look at him go down the back straightaway, the 29 to the point. Here comes the 54 of Dylan Carrier, 3 wide into turn 3. Dylan Carrier does have the speed, though, to clear the 16, as now Matthew Wood finds himself from P1 all the way back to P4. Off of turn 4 now, Brian Underwood now has his sights on the 54 to take over that P2 position. Going into turn 1 now, Chris Stange still leading this race.
Yeah, the 54 of Carrier really showing his muscle here early as now Underwood's going to get a good run here off of turn 2. What does he take the momentum? He's going to push the 54. Does Underwood go to the inside? No, Carrier's a little defensive here. They're all going to go to the top of the track. Stange leads them all down into turn 3. Off of turn 4, here comes Underwood. Can he get the run here off of 4? Oh, he gets tight. Oh, he's not going to get side by side with the 54.
Across the start-finish line, the 77 still all over the rear bumper of the 54 of Dylan Carrier, now into turn 1. They're all 3 of the front leaders taking different lines through 1 and 2. Now coming down the back straightaway, the 77, he's got to run. What is he going to do with it? He's going to go and push the 54 into turn 3. The 54 dives it on deep onto Chris Stange. They're side by side now. Off of turn 4, does Chris Stange hold on to it? He does. The 77 to the outside of Dylan Carrier. Across the start-finish line. Here comes Underwood for the lead.
Yeah, a little bit of cat and mouse there by Underwood. He baited the 54 into the inside, but here comes Underwood ripping the boards off of turn 2. Oh, his Carrier gets a good run, and it looks like Underwood's going to carry this momentum off of 2, move him up to P2. Now he's got his eyes set on Stage for the lead. He's going to go to the outside. Stage a little defensive. Here we go, side by side for the race lead.
Off of turn 4, looks like the 29 does clear the 27 for a split second there, but he's going to stay to the bottom side across the line. The 29 still holding the lead of this race and into turn 1 now. Chris Stange taking it to the inside. The 77 of Underwood to the outside. He's going to get a run here down the back straightaway, and they're going to drag race it out, and they're side by side for the lead. Underwood now takes point.
Underwood is going to get a great run off 2. He's going to clear into turn 3. What a drive here so far by Underwood. Retakes the point of this race. Retakes the lead off to a complete lap 50 here. As now Carrier, he's got his eyes set on Stage. Can he make a move to move up to P2? As your front 3 are kind of checking out from the guys behind him here, as Wood leads that second charge back there in P4.
Now coming off of turn 2, it looks like Chris Stange is going to hold back the 54 coming down the back straightaway. Last time by, though, the fastest truck on track is Brian Underwood with the point at the moment. In front, no dirty air for that 77 truck. 54 truck, he is ripping the billboards on the outside as we are single file for basically the top 10 right now. I think 9th place, Jeffrey Goodpaster is battling it out with Danny White back there. And these guys are now single file, maybe thinking about the long run here now coming down the back straightaway.
Yeah, exactly. You got your track position early off this restart. Now it's the long run, conserving your tires, having them for the end of this run, keeping the pace, as Carrier isn't thinking about any of that as he continues to rip the boards in 3 and 4, trying to find some pace in that 54 truck, as Matthew Wood might be closing this gap to the 54 of Carrier. Matthew Wood has shown the long run speed tonight, not the short run speed. Here he comes. He's going to take it to the bottom.
Matthew Wood sporting that beautiful Dega Boys helmet off of turn 2 now, giving him all the speed in the world that he needs. in that Digga Boys sticker. Into turn 3 now, the 3 truck of Jordan Hand, maybe looking to the rear bumper. Look at this back here, though. The 21's in the wall in 3 and 4. He was trying to follow the 5 truck of Josh Kreider, and it does not work out for him. Now we got a good battle back here between Danny White and Landon Burbridge. This is for P9. We're side by side for P7 now. Jeffrey Goodpasser to the inside of Tyler Bellinger.
Yeah, Bellinger still committed to the outside line. He's going to maybe pull a crossover move on Goodpasser over 2. He's going to take it to the bottom down the backstretch. Down here into turn 3, a little cat and mouse. Who's going to be more aggressive? Bellinger sent it in there, but Goodpasser might be able to roll the top, ripping the boards off of 4. Still side by side. They're going to drag race it down the tri-oval.
This battle happening right now, but for the podium, we've got side-by-side action. The 16 to the inside of the 54. Dylan Carrier might be losing a little bit of steam now, coming off at turn 2. He's under attack by Jordan Hand now. Oh, so close to contact. Oh, a little bit of contact there between the 54 and the 3 of Jordan Hand. Jordan Hand still to the inside of the 54 into turn 3. Side-by-side now, coming off at turn 4, and he takes that position. Jordan Hand up to P4.
Yeah, Jordan Hand, what an awesome move that was to get by Carrier. Now he's got his eyes set on Matthew Wood. These guys have been duking it out all season long, as here they are in 3rd and 4th, still continuing to race hard up here, going for the lead. All down on the bottom. Carrier even followed him down there. Oh, he gets tied off of 2. Oh, here comes Jordan Hand with a big run. Does he push Matthew Wood? Does he take it to the bottom? He's going to follow him here into turn 3.
These guys duking it out here right now. We got a little bit of a closer battle there in the field. We'll continue to monitor that, but here is Jeffrey Goodpasser and Landon Burbridge. These guys have been going at it for a massive handful of laps now, as these guys continue to try to go side by side, as now Landon Burbridge is following in the tracks of Jeffrey Goodpasser. Off of turn 2 now. Let's see if he can get a little bit of a run.
Yeah, down the backstretch here, Burbridge is using that outside line. So is Goodpasser. Goodpasser's really been ripping the boards. Now he's going to go mid-corner here. Burbridge is going to continue to follow in the tire tracks of the 1 truck. Now he might get a run here off of 4 as the 1 truck gets real tight. We're side by side here across the tri-oval. Here goes Burbridge. He's trying to move past Goodpasser for P8. For P7.
Burbridge to the inside now in turn 1. He does take that position. Burbridge puts himself into P7 now. Here comes Goodpasser back to the outside off of turn 2. He's going to cut his nose off. What does Goodpasser do? He's got a little bit of a run now going into turn 3. Is he going to dive it on deep in there? It looks like he might, but so does Burbridge. They send it all into turn 3. Now off of turn 4. Oh, we got a little side-by-side action here with Josh Kreider and Dylan Carrier.
Yeah, Josh Kreider getting the moves done here tonight. He's got the bottom lane. He's been using the outside all night long, but Carrier took that away from him. Here he is off of turn 2. He might be able to clear him here. He does. Move Kreider up to P5 as he's continuing his pursuit. This guy, I believe, passed the most guys all night long. He's flying through the field again.
Absolutely, he is. He's got a truck that is on rails. It's just a matter of time before we see that 5 truck up front battling for the win of this race. Just got to get a little bit of strategy under his belt and find himself up there. Maybe a little bit of race pace as well. Josh Kreider holding on strong to P5 as Dylan Carrier trying to make a comeback here to the inside of Josh Kreider, but it looks like it's not going to happen. Now off of turn 2, we're going to go to your closest battle on track, which is right here. Matthew Wood and Jordan Hand now going into P3. These guys might be working together here to try to catch Chris Stange now off of turn 4.
Yeah, as you see, 2 different lines. Stange really ripping the boards up there in 3 and 4. Matthew Wood and Jordan Hand take it down to the bottom, working together maybe, like Tom said here, to try and close this gap to Stange, as now they rotate more up towards the outside line. Oh, Stange is going to take it to the bottom. He sees what the 16 is doing behind him. Maybe a little defensive here, as now it looks like Matthew Wood's going to get a run down the back. Where does he take this momentum?
Now into turn 3, he's going to shove it on deep into turn 3. He's going to go to the inside of Chris Stange. He's there. He's there off at turn 4 now. He's going to get a little bit of a side draft here. It might not work to his benefit as he does mellow out. The 29 still in front of the 16. Now into turn 1. Wood going to shove it on deep in there once again into turn 1. He's going to get a leg up on the 29 now. Off of turn 2. They're side by side for P2 down the back straightaway.
Wow, what hard door-to-door racing action. No contact was made as now Wood's going to follow in the tire track to the 29 of stage. He's want to work this outside line, get a good run here off of turn 4. Oh, he's looking to the outside. Can he make it happen? Holy cow, what a drive here by the Iron Man. Unbelievable. I wouldn't have thought that would have worked. He made it happen. He's still side by side here in a turn 1.
Stuck his nose to the outside, and it works for him. Now side by side for P2. Chris Stage not going to have the run off of turn 2. Coming down the back straightaway, the 16's going to take over that P2 position. Now setting his sights on the P1 of Brian Underwood, as Jordan Hand now is going to have to battle Chris Stage through 3 and 4.
Yeah, 3 different lines being used in 3 and 4 is now Jordan Hand's working this inside line. He's trying to find a way around Stage. Stage is going to take it to the bottom, play a little defensive here through the tri-oval. Does Jordan Hand do what Matthew Wood does and go to the outside? No, he's going to go a lane lower than the 29 here in a 1 and 2. Can he get the drive off of 2 to get side by side with the 29? He's just not going to get there. He's going to fall in line behind Stage down the back.
Real close here between the 3 and the 29. Down the back straightaway and into turn 3 now. That's Jordan Hand in the 3 truck. Going back down to the bottom as the 29 of Chris Stage ripping the outside off at turn 4 now. Here comes Hand. He's got a little bit of a run off the bottom side across the start finish line. The 3 truck all over the rear bumper of the 29. Now into turn 1. He's going to look to the inside, the middle of the track that he's running. He's going to apex it just a little bit more. Now off at turn 2. They're going to drag race down the back straightaway.
He's going to get a little bit of a side draft down the backstretch. He's to the inside of Stage. He's going to take it back to the bottom. This is going to get real tight here as they're both still door to door here off of turn 4. Do they make it happen? Oh, it's tighter than a nut off of turn 4. Unbelievable.
Wow, they hold it straight as the 3 truck had to back out just a little bit there to give a little bit of space to Chris Stage. But look at this. For the lead of this race, that's Matthew Wood and Brian Underwood now coming off of turn 2. And it looks like the 16's going to follow in the tracks of the 77. Does he get a run now coming down the back straightaway? Let's see, into turn 3. Is he going to shove it on deep in there? And it looks like no, he's not. He's going to try to run just a lane down from the 77 off of turn 4 now. Brian Underwood still leading this race to complete lap 66.
Yeah, the Iron Man, Matthew Wood, he's closing this gap to Underwood. Here it is, Wood under Underwood here into turn 1. Here comes Matthew Wood with the full set move. Does he pull the sled off of turn 2? He does. Oh, and contact on him and made. Here comes the crossover by Underwood. It's not going to happen. Put Matthew Wood to the point of the field.
Unbelievable what the 16 has done there tonight. And now he leads this race once again off of turn 4. Brian Underwood getting a decent gap between himself and the 16 truck. 0.2 of a second at the moment. It does kind of shrink a little bit down the straightaway as the 77 did run that outside line. He did get a little bit more speed there. But off of turn 2 now, that gap increases to 0.3 or 0.29 and decreasing just a little bit as these guys duked it out. And Matthew Wood back to the front here at Atlanta in the PSCRL Truck Series.
Yeah, I like what Underwood's doing. He's ripping the boards here in 3 and 4, trying to find some pace as Matthew Wood has really committed to this inside line. Really found some speed down there, really making this car fast. As I say that, he goes to the top here in 1 and 2. Goes the complete opposite of what I said, and now Underwood goes to the bottom. They're still searching the track, trying to find grip.
Incredible what these guys have been able to do. Now, Jay, we saw these guys use up a lot of tire and trying to pass each other. We may be seeing a little bit of a mellow now with these guys on track trying. Oh, here comes Wood! Wood's coming down pit road.
The pit strategies are open here. We're closing in on the halfway point, and Matthew Wood comes out pit lane. Here comes Kreider. He's going to match him as well as Carrier.
All right, pit cycles are happening. Lap 70 of 150 here tonight. Matthew Wood coming down pit road. The lead of the race goes back to Brian Underwood, and Jordan Hand about 1/10 of a second lap per lap quicker than Underwood right now. So Jordan Hand might be looking to take the lead of this race here soon with Chris Stage just behind him. Landon Burbridge now coming down pit road. Tyler Bellinger now coming down pit road. And it is blown wide open. Bryant Lucas down pit road in the number 6 as these guys continue to race it out while pit cycles are happening.
Yeah, this is interesting. We haven't seen pit stops out of your leaders, Underwood and Hand, yet. as Matthew Wood gets the undercut here by 2 laps now if they don't hit pit lane this time by, as it looks like they're still going to stay on the racetrack. The strategies are all over the place, but here comes Jordan Hand with a massive run off of turn 4, all the way to the bumper of the 77 of Underwood. He's going to shoot to the bottom here to turn 1. We're side by side for the lead.
Side by side for the lead right now here in Atlanta. 1 and 2 being raced out off of 2. Jordan Hand takes the lead position, but here comes the 77. He's going to shoot to the inside into turn 3. Let's see what he can do here as he shoves it on deep into turn 3. The 3 car of Jordan Hand still to the outside. Here comes Underwood to the pits.
There it is. There's the match. So that would be a 3-lap undercut here by Matthew Wood as the leader, Hand, and Stange remain on track. These guys are playing maybe a long game. This is interesting, the strategies. I love it. This is what I love about racing. Strategy racing. We got them all over the place here.
Absolutely. Still a couple of trucks out on track right now who have not pitted. Jordan Hand, Chris Stange, Jonathan Gaston, Nathan Brookover, William Connolly, Nathan Williams, and Jeffrey Goodpasser. These guys are trying to go the long run now here at Atlanta. Off of turn 4 now for Chris Stange. Jonathan Gaston still back here. Let's see if any of these guys make a pit stop. Here is the closest battle on track right now. William Connolly and Nathan Brookover in front of them. Real quick, let's go to the front and see if any of these guys have had a little bit of a position change. Matthew Wood out on track right now. You can see Chris Stange just in front of him. Going into turn 3, that is P2 right now. Matthew Wood trying to get his lap back the old-fashioned way, and it looks like here comes Chris Stange, here comes Jordan Hand down pit road.
Oh, a little bit of lockup there by Hand, getting into pit road, a little sideways, but here it is. We see some aggressive. Look at Brookover. Oh, he's sideways on pit lane. Brookover is. Did he save it? He's in the wall. Unbelievable. That was aggressive entry there to pit lane for Brookover.
Absolutely was. Let's rewind it just real quick and see what happened to the 27 because I missed it. As looks like he locked up. He did. He locked up a little bit. Oh no, that's terrible for the 27. Terrible for the 27. Now it's still coming down pit road. Matthew Wood now taking control of P2. Jonathan Gaston still out on track. We saw him do this at Las Vegas. Can it work out for him, Jay?
Yeah, you got to be wondering, is he thinking maybe 1 stop to the end? The rest of the guys are thinking 2 stops to the end. That was the first one. They're going to have 1 more stop before the end of this race. Gaston, he might just run this thing all the way till it's running out of gas and bring this thing to pit road. Maybe coming down pit road this time. He's going real low down the backstretch. We'll see if he makes a pit stop here.
Absolutely. Let's see if he does. Yep, he's coming in. Jonathan Gaston coming in now as Matthew Wood now coming off of turn 2. He is relative leader at the moment. Josh Kreider relative P2. What a good run for him so far. Brian Underwood finds himself behind the 5 truck right now. Dylan Carrier in P4. And to round out your top 5, that's Tyler Bellinger. Chris Stange finding himself in relative P9 at the moment as he goes ahead and battles Melvin Berenger. He's going to go right around him. Jonathan Gaston still on pit road as he gets passed by the lead pack. We'll see how this works out for the 72 in the later parts of this run, but right now Matthew Wood off of turn 2 leading this race by 5 seconds here on lap 77 at Atlanta.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. That's how much of an advantage the 3-lap undercut was there to Underwood, as he has a 5-second gap. And this 16 truck is so fast on the long runs. Underwood has got a lot of work ahead of him if he's going to get back in contention here and stay relevant with this 16, as he is closing the gap a little bit, though. He's got down to 4.8 seconds as he heads into turn 1.
It almost looks like Matthew Wood might be lifting a little bit here to save a little bit of tires. As you can see, last time by 4/10 of a lap, or 4/10 of a second quicker a lap by Brian Underwood now going into turn 3. So a lot of time being made up by Brian right now. And off of turn 4, we're going to see what it looks like this time by Matthew Wood, a 31.73. Brian Underwood, a 31.19. So almost 6/10 of a lap quicker that time by, as you can see that gap shrinking ever so slightly here around Atlanta. We got a little bit of a battle here, though. Josh Kreider, Dylan Carrier for P3.
Yeah, I believe you're right with the 16 saving a little bit here, but here comes Carrier into turn 3 to the inside of Kreider. This is for P3. Still door to door, wheel to wheel here off of turn 4. Looks like Kreider's gonna get the good run here off of the corner. Carrier still using this inside line, gonna go side by side again here into turn 1.
Now still side by side for P3. Dylan Carrier inching out ahead of the 5 truck of Josh Kreider coming off at turn 2. Wow, look at that. The crossover for Josh Kreider now down the back straightaway. He's going to shove it out deep into turn 3. No, he's not. The 54 and the 5 still hold the same amount of length between themselves now off of turn 4. Now coming down the front straightaway. Dylan Carrier still holding on to that P3 position, and he might get the run here into turn 1. Oh, so close, but he does. Dylan Carrier now, he secures P3 ahead of Josh Kreider.
Yeah, that was a real defensive move there into turn 1, but here comes Bellinger. Where did he come from? He's up here in P5. He's running these boys down slowly but surely is where I'm going with that. You can't see me, Ghost Car, up here in P5, running down Josh Kreider's Carriers in P3.
All right, just a little bit of a tidbit of information right now. Fastest truck on track right now, Chris Stange by 0.7 of a second, it looks like right now. He is absolutely flying to the inside of Danny White right now. Remember, he stayed out a little bit longer than everybody else. The one who stayed out the longest, though, Jonathan Gaston. He finds himself P18 at the moment, almost a full lap behind of Wood. He's got a lot of work ahead of him, but the strategy might help him out a little bit. As now Landon Burbridge, this is your closest battle on track. Landon Burbridge and Bryant Lucas coming down the front straightaway across the start-finish line.
Yeah, Lucas was using that inside line, wasn't able to stay side by side through the trial, but Burbridge still working this inside line. He's going to try and get under Behringer here. This is for a position. This is for P9. He's going to get side by side with him off a 2. Here we go. A little bit of a drag race down the back. Behringer and Burbridge out here to turn 3.
That's a little bit of a tongue twister right there. But nonetheless, the show goes on. Still side by side off at turn 4. And it looks like advantage to Melvin here as he come across the start-finish line. We've got a little bit of another battle here. Jordan Kreider to the inside of Bryant Lucas now into turn 1. He looks like he might clear the 6. Oh, he's so close off of turn 2 now. Let's see if he does clear him. No, he doesn't. The 6 prevailing on the outside with the run with the outside lane, and now into turn 3.
Oh, big contact there into the wall was Burbridge in turn 3. Unbelievable. He keeps his foot in it. It looks like he didn't even lose any time there. Unbelievable as he's flying still, showing to the inside of the 19 truck. Still trying to close this gap here into turn 1. He's going to get right up to the bumper here into turn 1. He's going to shoot back down to the bottom. Going to go side by side here off of turn 2.
Looks like the advantage to Landon now off of turn 2. He's got a little bit of a nose there on the 19, but the 19's got the run. A drag race. The 19 is going to win that drag race going into turn 3, but it looks like the 2 truck of Landon, he's going to come back on the inside. Still side by side now, and this is for 9th place off of turn 4. The 79 in front of him, Danny White. He's holding strong there in P8. Whoever wins this battle's got to battle Danny White for the next position as Landon Burbridge just sends it on deep into turn 1 off of turn 2 now, and it looks like he's going to use the 79 as a pick. Landon Burbridge to the inside. Let's see what he can do here in turn 3.
Yeah, see if he can continue to roll the momentum here on the bottom as Behringer's trying to get 3 wide here in the middle with Danny White and Burbridge. Oh, is it going to be 3 wide? This is so tight. Contact is made. Do they save it? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We were 3 wide and we save it. As it looks like Burbridge is going to come out on the good end of this. He's going to take that P8 position.
From 8th place to 13th, all under a blanket right now, off of turn 2 now. Everybody going side by side, everybody getting squirrely, lots of contact being made, and nobody wrecks. We're 3 wide into turn 3 now. Danny White to the outside, William Connolly all the way on the inside, Jordan Kreider mean the meat in that sandwich, but he prevails. William Connolly still to the inside of Jordan Kreider now going into turn 1.
Yeah, this big knot of race trucks here barreling down here into turn 1. This is insane as Connolly's ripping the inside line. He's closing the gap to Burbridge. Where did he come from? Here comes Nathan Williams to the inside of Danny White. Where did he come from? This is unbelievable up here at the front at this battle and on the track right now. As Connolly's going to go to the inside of Burbridge here in 3 and 4.
Bryant Lucas into the wall in turn 3, and he drops out. We are now side by side for P8 here. William Connolly to the inside of Landon Burbridge coming across our finish line and into turn 1. Still side by side. The 25 shoves it deep into turn 1 and takes that position. William Connolly plus 12 from the start of this race. Looking for more here in P8 as everybody goes single file.
Yeah, Connolly, Chrome out here, moves up to P8, I believe. Yes, it is P8, as he gets by Burbridge, who's back to P9. And now here comes Jordan Kreider and Joshua Williams. They're all digging right now, trying to gain some positions. Here comes Kreider. He's looking to the rear bumper of the 2 of Burbridge. Can he make a move? Oh, Williams runs up to the back of the 69. He shoots to the bottom here. This is wild. This is a battle for P10. Kreider v. Williams off a 2.
Off a 2 now and down the back straightaway. The 13 not going to have a lot of help here, and he needs it, and he's going to slide back right behind the 69 of Jordan Kreider through turns 3 and 4. As you can see him running the inside line, trying to find a way around the 69, as now the 69 gets to the rear bumper of the 2 truck. But here comes the 13. He's coming back for more. To the inside, possibly on the 69. No, he's not going to make it happen this time by through turns 1 and 2. The 69 looking to the outside of the 2 truck now. Off of turn 2 and down the back straightaway. Does he get a run? Coming down the back straightaway. No, he doesn't. Now into turn 3. Nathan Williams looking to the inside. Possibly no. Man, these guys are so close together, and the performance is just about the same. This is just as exciting as you can get here with the PSCRO Truck Series at Atlanta.
Oh, Williams gets right up to the bumper, the 69 of Kreider again. These guys all following the tire checks. Burbridge maybe playing a little defensive out here in P9 as he's got Kreider just hounding his rear tailpiece there as the 13 of Williams is hounding the rear end of the 69 truck. Oh, he sends it in here into turn 3. We're wheel to wheel side by side again as Kreider's ripping the boards up on the outside. He's going to get a massive run here off of 4. Where does he take the momentum? Can he get some Burbridge on the trial bowl?
Now, going into turn 1, all these drivers under a blanket trying to make it work. As the 13 goes to the inside of the 69, off of turn 2 now. Jordan Kreider to the outside, Nathan Williams to the inside. And they got help on the outside, no help on the inside. The 13 elects to go back in line to get it single file here. Let's go to our closest battle on track. Tyler Bellinger and Chris Stange now coming across the line to complete lap 93. On to 94 now.
Yeah, you mentioned it earlier. Stange was running the fast laps on track, and here he is moving past Bellinger. This is for P5. Gonna pull the slider off of turn 2, and he completes the pass. Gonna put Stange up to P5. Unbelievable drive he's had after that pit sequence strategy he had with the overcut scenario. He's up to P5. Great drive here by Stange as he's gonna try and run down Kreider just up the road from him.
Kreider running 32.27s at the moment. Chris Stange still the fastest truck on track right now. He is holding that crown high on his head. Now through turns 1 and 2, going to chase down Josh Kreider. Brian Underwood now only 0.7 of a second behind your race leader, Matthew Wood. He's got that 5-second gap already cut down to the leader of Matthew Wood. What a run so far he has had. Unbelievable the gap that he has been able to decrease between himself and the leader. We'll go back now to the closest battle on track. These guys, once again, Jordan Kreider, Landon Burbridge, Nathan Williams, all duking it out right now.
Yeah, Williams goes back to the inside again. He's tried this multiple times. Nothing's materialized. He might have something here this time, though. He gets a great run off of 2. Still side by side with the 69. Can he take advantage? No, he's going to fall back in line behind the 69. These guys are just so close in speed that they're just all over each other right now, trying to find a way around. Is Burbridge a little defensive there off of 4? Here comes Kreider. Oh, he could not get to the outside. He's going to push the 2 across the tri-oval. Maybe take it to the inside into 1.
Let's see what he can do here. Into turn 1, Landon takes that line away from him as 69 uses the middle lane, the 2, all the way down to the bottom. Now off at turn 2, the 69 pushes, and he wasn't able to get the power down like he needed, but he's going to get that draft. He's going to get that run. Going into turn 3 now, what does he do with it? He can't shove it in because the 2 takes his line away. What defensive driving by Landon now here in Atlanta. Unbelievable what he's been able to do now. We got to go back here, though. Chris Stange He's going side by side with Josh Kreider for P4.
Oh, he got real tight there off of 2. Kreider's going to be able to drive back by him here down the back. Let's see if Stange can do something here into turn 3. Kreider, what an incredible drive on the outside. Kept it on his door, pinned him down, got him tight, and was able to hold on to that position. As Stange is ripping the bottom again. Can he get a run here off of turn 4? He's going to close this gap. He's going to get right up to the rear bumper here of Kreider across the tri-oval. Let's see what he can do here into 1.
Into turn 1 they go, the 29. Oh, he's going to go a lane down from the 5. Now through turns 1 and 2. Let's see what happens off of turn 2 here, the 29. He's going to get a little bit of a run, but it looks like he's not going to get what he absolutely needs. As now going into turn 3, Jonathan Gaston on pit road, which is a little abnormal.
Oh,
Matthew Wood down pit road.
Yes, your leader's pitting here on lap 100. We're closing in, 51 laps to go. Oh, here comes Berlinger and Carrier. They're going to follow down your race leader to pit lane. That was some great job getting out pit entry. Oh, Lucas nearly runs to the back of Berlinger on pit entry. Unbelievable. They keep it together.
Danny White, Bill Porter, Thomas Horvath now down pit road as well. Pit cycles are now coming into play. Ladies and gentlemen, Brian Underwood back to the point. He's got a 3.5 second lead over Jordan Hand right now, who's off of turn 4. Chris Stange now up to P3, still battling with Josh Kreider. This battle has been going on for a minute here now. Now into turn 1, still side by side. Let's see what Chris Stange can do coming off of turn 2. There's Matthew Wood.
Yeah, they're still side by side. Let's see if Stange can do something here to the inside of Kreider. It looks like nothing's materialized yet. He's going to follow back in line here down the back, go back to the bottom. Kreider a little defensive here, kind of taking away Stange's line here that he wants to use. Looks like Stange is coming to pit lane here. He's going to match the one lap undercut here by the race leader, Matthew Wood. Oh, Kreider's down pit lane too. Wow.
There it is. There's some more pit stops happening. Brian Underwood still out on the track leading this race. He's done a phenomenal job with that strategy so far. He is going to take the big overcut here to try and get those fresh tires for the end of the race. He's going to have to push really hard here to try and get something done and try to overcome a 5-second gap once again. Here at Atlanta with the PSCRL guys, Jordan Hand in P2, Jordan Kreider now P3, Nathan Williams and Landon Burbridge still going at it here, and this is for P4 now, with Jeffrey Goodpaster in P6, Matthew Wood back to P7, but look at these guys still duking it out for P3.
Yeah, this battle is unrelenting. Here comes Williams. He might be able to clear him off of turn 2. He does. Williams makes the pass on Burbridge finally. As here comes the new tires of Bellinger. He's going to go by both these boys as Williams finally gets by the 2 of Burbridge. Now he's got his eyes set on Kreider in front of him as we are in the end or the final pit cycle of the race here, lap 104.
The final pit cycles are happening here as Brian Underwood still out front, taking point in this race. Nathan Williams holding strong onto that P4 position. Landon Burbridge all over the rear bumper of the 13. Not going to make anything happen, though. Oh, so close to the wall off of turn 2, but he keeps it off of it. The Brian Underwood now down pit road. Oh, he's sliding. Oh, no. That could be huge. Maybe a speeding penalty for the 77. Let's hope that that didn't happen as Brian Underwood almost sideways, completely sideways getting into pit road. Oh, man, this could be huge news for this race.
Oh, he slides again, getting into his box, not executing how he wanted to here on pit entry, as he is doing a 5-lap overcut instead of a 3-lap overcut like last sequence. He came out 5 seconds behind Wood on the last one. We'll have to see where he blends out this time. This is huge, as Jordan Hand assumes the lead here to begin lap 106.
Yeah, he's got to pit soon here if he wants to keep up with Brian Underwood, the 77, coming through turns 1 and 2. Now, having to deal with a little bit of lap traffic, that's going to hurt him a lot, especially going through the corners. He's got to make a decision now to see if he can pit as the 18 continues to stick side by side with him. I don't know if he wants to pit or not. He's not going to be able to this time but I mean, if you want to keep with Brian Underwood, you got to start pitting now and to keep that gap relatively small. as Jordan Hand continues to stay out on track. Landon Burbridge now down pit road as well, completing his stop, and let's see where he blends out. But Jordan Hand still leading this race. Nathan Williams in P2, Jordan Kreider P3, Jeffrey Goodpaster P4, and Matthew Wood P5 coming off of turn 4 now.
Yeah, this strategy I think Hand is implying here is maybe hoping for a caution. He's got all but to 6th place lapped right now. If he catches a caution now, he's going to be looking like a genius out here with this strategy. It's going to lie right in his lap here. So maybe play the long game. We've seen it in the PS0 Truck Series this season. We've seen this happen. Does this happen and play out in his favor as he's in Kreider down pit lane?
Jordan Kreider currently was P3. Jeffrey Goodpaster getting, or no, he was P4, my bad. So Jordan Kreider down pit road. Matthew Wood now coming across the start finish line, takes over that P4. Jordan Hand down pit road. Oh, he's sliding!
Oh, no! Oh, he definitely did not execute on pit entry like he wanted to. Let's see how much time he loses. Not what you need on the money stop here at the end of this race. Lap 109. Here comes Goodpaster. I believe that's going to cycle everybody but Nathan Williams, your race leader, the only one yet to pit. We've seen this guy all season long. He is an outlier. He is always on a complete alternate strategy, doing it once again here at Atlanta.
TW in the chat. Let's go Nathan Williams as he leads the race. Unbelievable what he is able to do right now. Let's see if it works out for him, because there's an absolute possibility still that a caution can come out, and it all plays in favor for Nathan. But right now in P2, 14 seconds back, that's Matthew Wood. And that gap now between Matthew Wood and Brian Underwood is 6 seconds. And it is decreasing last time by 3/10. So that gap going to continue to come down. Let's see. He's got about 41 laps to try and get that done. A big gap, though. Let's see if he can do it. Nathan Williams still staying out on track, though. Let's see if he comes in this time. But he does! Nathan Williams from the lead of this race, completing all the lap cycles now. As he comes down pit road, 12-second gap between himself and Matthew Wood, who is now coming through 3 and 4. Pit cycles are over, ladies and gentlemen. Matthew Wood back to the point.
Yeah, as we got 40 laps to go this time by at the line. Matthew Wood leading this field. Underwood in P2. He's got it down to 5.2 seconds. We've seen him cut this gap down before on the last run. Can he do it once again? 40 laps to go and 5 seconds from him and a race victory as Matthew Wood, the Iron Man, continues to lead here in Atlanta.
There is only half a straightaway between these two guys, 3/4 of a straightaway. So absolutely can get done by Brian Underwood, as now Matthew Wood gets caught up by a little bit of lap traffic here. Let's see. Oh, the 17 big in the wall there. Now into turn 1, the 16 goes right underneath him, trying to avoid any possible carnage that could happen and ruin his race. Off of turn 2, now he finds himself behind the 6 truck of Bryant Lucas. That could be spellings for big trouble for the 16. He may have lifted there a little bit, as last time by, Brian Underwood was a half a second quicker than the 16 of Matthew Wood. Let's check the times this time by as he crosses the start-finish line. A 31.53 for Matthew Wood. Brian Underwood, a 30.99. Another half second for the 77. Now with just about 48 laps to go here at Atlanta.
Yeah, the buildup is here. We got it down to 4 seconds for Underwood as Matthew Wood had one of those uh-oh moments going through lap traffic. The last thing he wanted to see, as now it's cut underneath 4 seconds now. Brian Underwood is absolutely flying here, and he's got lots of laps left in this race. This race is heating up. We're going to get into one of these great classic Atlanta finishes.
Absolutely. As this continues to rage on, let's go back to Chris Stange here, who is coming under a little bit of attack by he's side by side. This is for P3. This is for podium. Tyler Bellinger on the outside. Chris Stange on the inside coming down the back straightaway. The 21's going to get a little bit of a run, and the 29's going to come back in line as these guys are duking it out for the top 3 spot. P3 through 3 and 4 off of 4 side by side now for P3.
Yes, we're still side by side here for P3. Stange to the inside. He should be able to clear here into turn 1. Bellinger gonna drive it in deep on the outside. Gonna try to roll this momentum. Can Stange pull the slider here off of 2? He is gonna pull the slider. Great move there by Stange up to P3. Bellinger, he's gonna come back at him though to the inside with a crossover into turn 3. Still side by side. Here comes Bellinger.
To the outside, the 29 of Chris Stange trying to get the run, and he's going to do a crossover. Here he comes to the inside. Right back at you, 21 coming across start finish line now. He is to the inside. He does take P3 now, just by a nose into turn 1. He's going to dive it on deep. He clears the 21 already, but let's see what happens off of turn 2 here. Does the 21 get the crossover done? Now coming down the back straightaway. Here he comes to the inside into turn 3.
Unrelenting is Bellinger. He goes back to the inside of Stange in 3. Can he make this happen here off of turn 4? It's going to get a little tight here. Stange going to carry that outside momentum. Kreider is sideways off a Thor. Unbelievable save as Stange takes over P3.
What a drive by the 29 to get back onto the podium here tonight at Atlanta. As the 21 now coming under a little bit of attack by the 5 truck, and these guys duking it out. Look at this though, the lead from second place now almost down to 2 seconds. Brian Underwood putting the hurt on the field, putting the spank on the field with those lap times. Again, last time by a half second quicker. Unbelievable what this 77 is able to do right now as this battle back here between Tyler Bellinger and Josh Kreider is starting to heat up.
Yeah, here we go. Bellinger still got his foot in on the outside line, still rolling that momentum, still in front of Kreider. Stange maybe pulling a little bit of a gap here, but look at Jordan Hand in the background. He is a guy that could be up here in contention for a podium at the end of this race. He did not execute on pit road the way he wanted, but he's still flying up here in P6 as he is closing this gap immensely on these boys. Here comes Jordan Hand.
Real quick on the board right now, Hand pitted 3 laps ago as he goes to the inside of Josh Kreider. He's going to take that position easily now to the inside. Look, he's going to make 2 passes in 1 run here. Look at this. He's going to battle for the podium position. He's to the outside of Stange. Down the back straightaway. He's got the run. Chris Stange is going to try to dive it on deep into turn 3. It's not going to work. There goes the 3 truck on Jordan Hand. He is now in P3, and Chris Stange left in the dust off at turn 4.
Wow, he got 3 spots in 1 lap, did Hand. Oh my goodness, flying through the field. Unbelievable. That's going to put Stange back to P4. As you see, I think this is Brookover. He's multiple laps down, getting some of his laps back the old-fashioned way by these guys. As Bellinger's still ripping the outside. But Jordan Hand, does he have something to say about it? As we got a second gap between the leaders here, Tom.
Oh man, it's about to heat up here as Brian Underwood has chased down the leader. Let's see if maybe Wood has been saving a little bit. Now gonna put the pedal to the metal. Brian Underwood has been doing that for the past 20 laps here in Atlanta. Let's see if it works out for him off at turn 2 now. He's got Bryant Lucas in front of him, and he might be getting a little bit of dirty air now. Let's see what happens in turn 3 as the 77 goes to the high side, almost running the same line as the 6. This is going to slow him down a little bit. This is not what Brian Underwood wants off at turn 4 now. To the rear bumper of the 6 and to the inside. The 77 truck goes into turn 1, and he is going to run the bottom lane here as the 6 truck gives way to the 77 off of turn 2, and the gap now is 9/10.
Yes, we've been waiting all season long to see one of these drivers take the fight to Matthew Wood, the Iron Man, who has won so many races this season. It looks like Underwood taking the challenge tonight. He's trying to get the job done. As Matthew Wood's still side by side with Nathan Williams, I believe, up there. That's slowing him down. He does clear him across the tri-oval, so that puts another lap car between him and Underwood. We're coming up to, we got 28 laps to go here in this race as this gap is decreasing ever so slightly.
Absolutely off of turn 2 now. We can see both of the top 2 cars in the picture. Brian Underwood now still hanging around 9/10 of a second as Wood can really shove it in deep into turn 3, but Underwood gets that time back through the center of the corner. Looks like Matthew Wood was really close to the wall there. Maybe found himself in a little bit of an understeer situation through 3 and 4. Underwood now getting it down to just about 3/4 of a second here. Going into turn 1, Brian Underwood to the outside, looking to go on the outside of the 13 truck. Let's see what he does down the back straightaway. 13 is going to give way to the 77. Maybe... No, he doesn't into turn 3, but he doesn't take his line. He's going to stay to the outside. But here's going to be the big news, Jay. Can the 77 pass the 16? The dirty air means so much around here at Atlanta.
Yes, catching's one thing, passing's another. The first objective, though, is get by this 13 truck. He's going to keep ripping the boards up here on the outside. Williams has been using the inside, not taking away the line of the 77, showing a lot of respect to Underwood here, as this is the battle for the win here. Going down the backstretch, it looks like Underwood's going to get side by side here with Williams. He's going to take it back up to the top, rip the boards again. He might be able to clear him here off of turn 4. That's exactly what he needed. We're coming this time, Tom, to 25 to go, as we see Kreider on pit lane.
Matthew Wood's down pit lane.
Wow, what is going on here? We got strategy all over the place.
Wow, you got 25 laps to go, and almost everybody is taking the chance to come down pit road. Josh Kreider down pit road. William Connolly, Danny White, all these guys. Landon Burbage down pit road right now. Brian Underwood still out on track. Can he make it 25 more laps to win this race?
This is absolutely insane. When
no, he's coming!
And he's going to match Matthew Wood. This is what we've been waiting for. To match Matthew Wood's strategy. He only has the 1 lap overcut now. This could be the race winning move here by Underwood to take advantage on this pit sequence. Unbelievable. The one guy to watch here is Nathan Williams. He pitted later than everybody else on that last pit sequence. Could he be sitting in the catbird seat?
Let's see, Jay. Let's pull up the pit strategies here right now. Williams sitting on 15 laps here. He needs to make it 40 laps. Oh, that might be a stretch though, Jay. It might not work, but he might try for it. As Brian Underwood now finding himself P4 at the moment, and he's coming out pit road. Look, here's the 77. Here's Matthew Wood. Oh, Matthew Wood might have him snubbed now, coming through 1 and 2. There it is, right there for the potential race win.
That's the difference right there on a 1-lap undercut, as Matthew Wood is going to take the relative lead here over Underwood. But like you said with Williams, he has nothing to lose. This is a chance at the playoffs with a win. Lock yourself in here. Does he risk it all and go for the long strategy here? Unbelievable. 23 laps to go. He's got only a 3-second gap to Matthew Wood. It might not even matter. It might not even come into play here for Matthew Wood, or Nathan Williams, as Matthew Wood's got these fresher tires. We're going to be hounding him here in the next few laps.
Yeah, here comes Jordan Kreider now down pit road, giving the lead to Jeffrey Goodpaster. Let's see what strategy Goodpaster's on. 20 laps in on this set of tires. Let's see, 22 laps to go. He's got to make it 42 laps here around Atlanta to try to make it happen and keep Matthew Wood behind him, which is just about a 12 and a half second gap now. That's going to be a tall order there for Jeffrey, but right now, still leading the race, Nathan Williams now coming under attack by Matthew Wood. Here's Underwood, though. He is only 1.5 seconds behind him at the moment. Let's see what Brian can do here, as now Matthew can really put the pedal to the metal and really get all the performance out of the car that he can.
Yeah, Matthew Wood now moves himself up to P2. Still your relative leader if Goodpaster decides to stretch it or not, as he's got it down to 10 seconds to Goodpaster. If he continues the pace he is, he's going to get to Goodpaster if he stays out or not. So I believe the battle for the win here is between Underwood and Wood, as Underwood is only behind by 1.3 seconds, as he just got by Williams as well. Now it's nobody in between him and Matthew Wood, as we got 20 laps to go here at Atlanta.
20 laps to go here at Atlanta. Matthew Wood, relative leader. Jeffrey Goodpaster has not made a pit stop yet in that number 1 Ford F-150. As he's coming down the back straightaway and into turn 3, that gap between himself and second place has now hit that 8-second mark. And it looks like he is going to continue to stay out off of turn 4. He is. And coming across the start-finish line now to get 19 laps to go here at Atlanta into turn 1, and it looks like almost 2 seconds quicker per lap for Matthew Wood. As, look, it's almost a 1/10 of a second faster for Brian Underwood right now. Almost 2/10 of a second. Brian Underwood is on rails right now. He has a rocket ship. Oh, look at this. The 72's on the wall right in front of the 16. This could be huge. Look, the time between second and third right now has decreased so much. Looks like Matthew Wood may have had to pull back the throttle a little bit. We'll be able to see here now coming across the start-finish line. Matthew Wood pulling a 30.91. Brian Underwood a 30.76. The 77 still having a lot of speed here around Atlanta.
Yeah, it's down to 1 second of a gap between second and third, as now Gaston's in between these boys. Underwood gonna have to make quick work of Gaston if he's gonna continue his pursuit to Matthew Wood. He's gonna send it in. Oh, Gaston kind of takes his line away there. It might get tight here off a Ford. Looks like Underwood's gonna just keep his foot in it on the outside. He's gonna be able to clear Gaston. Now there's nobody in between him and Matthew Wood. We got 17 to go as they are closing that gap rapidly to Goodpaster, who's stretching it out on the long game.
The 77 got by that lap car on the outside and was still able to make up time on Matthew Wood. Now down to 0.8 of a second and ever so decreasing between these two guys as Brian Underwood embarks on his trek to get back to the rear bumper of the 16. Look at this. Now it's almost down to a half second. Brian Underwood through 3 and 4 made an absolute power move through there as the lap time was 0.2 of a second, but difference between the top two or the second and third place cars. As Brian Underwood still trying to get to the rear bumper of the 16. This is only heating up. 16 laps to go and 2.5 seconds behind first place of Jeffrey Goodpaster, who is electing to still stay out on track on strategy.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about this racetrack that sets up these fantastic finishes, but here it is. We're setting up for another one here in the PSCRL Truck Series. As Matthew Wood and Underwood, this gap is decreasing. It's down to like 0.5 now, 0.4, as he's getting a massive run here off of turn 2. He can see the 16. He's scratching it, crawling. It's like a big juicy steak right out there in front of him. He's got to go get it.
Now into turn 3, he's going to dive it on deep there, trying to fall on the tracks of the 16. Now off of turn 4. Let's see what he can do here. Jeffrey Goodpaster down pit road now, and that gives lead to Matthew Wood. 0.4 of a second between first and second with 14 laps to go. Brian Underwood ripping the outside. Matthew Wood ripping the outside through 1 and 2. Off of turn 2 now. Look how close they are. 0.3 of a second between first and second, and it's still decreasing. Brian Underwood trying to win this race into turn 3. It's almost down to 0.2 of a second. Unbelievable what Underwood's doing here off of turn 4. And he is there. He is ready to take it to Matthew Wood.
We got 13 laps to go this time at the line. Let's see what Matthew Wood does to counteract the ground that the 77 has made up as he goes to the outside. Maybe a little defensive here, taking away the line of the 77. Here comes the Underwood. He's got it down to a car length now down the backstretch. He is digging. He's trying to find something here. As now Matthew Wood's going to go to the inside. He's going to give the outside lane to Underwood. I don't think that's what he wanted to do. This is going to be a little bit of cat and mouse. We got 12 to go. What do these guys do to be able to outdo each other here for the win?
The 77's getting a little bit of a dirty draft now through the corners. He's got to mitigate it. Here he goes. He's shooting to the inside. He's to the inside of the 16. We're side by side. Off of turn 2. He's not going to get the run, though, but he's going to get real close to the rear bumper of the... Oh, he gets in the wall. He gets in the wall. He's to the rear bumper still of the 16 into turn 3. He's going to dive it deep once again, taking a different line than the 16 off of turn 4 now. Let's see if Underwood's got it.
Let's see how much that right side damage affects the 77 truck. We got 11 laps to go here at Atlanta. As you see, Underwood still digging, trying to find some pace down here on the bottom. He's going to drive it in extremely deep. Use the inside line as Matthew Wood is taking away that outside line away from Underwood. What an Iron Man style drive here by Matthew Wood.
Now going into turn 3, that gap has increased to 0.2 of a second. That dirty air not working out for the 77 truck at the moment, as you got a little bit of right side damage too, coming down the back straightaway, hitting the wall off of turn 4 now. That gap still 0.2 of a second coming across the start finish line, maybe decreasing a little bit due to draft and into turn 1. Let's see if the 77 takes the same line. He does not. Sticks to the outside in the same tracks as the 16. That's got to be his best bet right now. Try to get a little bit of a draft down the back straightaway, a little bit of a run to try and get back to the rear bumper of the 16. Into turn 3 they go now. He is going to rip the middle lane as the 16 still on the high side off of turn 4 now. Gonna take 10 to go here at Atlanta.
Yeah, we got 9 laps to go here at Atlanta. Matthew Wood using this inside line, still working this outside line, taking away the line of Underwood. Underwood's got it back down to a car length, though. He's going to go a lane lower than the 16. This might develop a run here off of turn 2. Matthew Wood, the Iron Man. This is going to be a task. We've waited all season long for somebody to take the fight to Matthew Wood. Here's Underwood, giving him everything he can ask for. Here through 3 and 4, he's going to take it back to the bottom. Going to try and build a run here off of 4. We're coming to get 8 to go here at Atlanta.
Off at turn 4 and down the front straightaway. The 77 now barely getting close to the 16. That dirty air playing a huge effect on that 77 as he dives it deep into turn 1. He's going to go down to the bottom. Let's see what he can do here. Coming off of turn 2 now. Oh, he gets so close to the rear of that truck, and he's going to lose some time trying to get a little bit of draft now down the back straightaway and into turn 3. He's going to try to follow in the same tracks now as the 16, and it's not going to be enough. Up to almost 0.3 of a second of a gap between these two as Underwood tries to scratch and crawl back to the rear bumper of the 16 into turn 1. 7 laps to go here in Atlanta, and the top 2 are duking it out.
Yeah, it's back up to 0.3, about 4 car lengths here off of turn 2. Matthew Wood has found something here at the end of this run, being really conservative, being able to take away the lines that Underwood wants to use, as now Underwood has been seeking, moving up and down the track, trying to find some pace, just can't get anything to materialize, as Matthew Wood didn't get the run he wanted off of 4. Here comes Underwood. He's going to close the gap down to 0.2 of a second here. 6 to go.
Now into turn 1, 2.5 split these two cars right now for first and second, and it looks like that dirty air has played its toll on the 77. It is now 0.3 of a gap, 0.3 of a second gap between first and second. Now going into turn 3, Brian Underwood still stuck behind Wood in 3 and 4, staying in the tracks of the 16. Coming off of turn 4, across the line, the Dega Boys, 5 laps to go here at Atlanta.
Here we go, into turn 1, Matthew Wood still using this outside line, still taking it away from the 77 of Underwood. Underwood, can he get a little bit of a change in line to find some pace here off of turn 2? He's got it down to 0.2 of a second again. He's closing this gap down the backstretch, down here into turn 3. Matthew Wood still taking the line away from Underwood. Underwood's got to find something here. Whether he just commits to the wall and rips that thing, I don't know what he can do different. He's tried the inside, tried the middle line, tried the outside. He loses some time again off of turn 4. We got 4 to go.
It just seems like that dirty air has really taken its toll on the 77. He's got to have a miracle happen to get around that 16 now. Coming down the back straightaway, that gap has increased to 0.4 of a second now. And it just looks like Wood has to make a mistake here in order for Underwood to make something happen. As you can see, here comes the 77 now, trying something different. He wants to win this race so bad, but that dirty air is just so prominent now here with the old tires, here on this old worn-out track into turn 1 once again. He's going to go down to the bottom, trying something different. And he still is making time in the middle of the corner, but down the straightaways, losing time. He needs a miracle. He needs a miracle to have something happen here tonight at Atlanta.
Yeah, as we got a lap car, this is Goodpaster. He's running through the field here. He could play a factor in this race. Underwood, maybe let him go by, and maybe he could shake things up here with the 16 of Wood. We're coming to get 2 to go here in Atlanta. Here comes Goodpaster.
Goodpaster, let's see what he does here into turn 1. He's going to try to follow in the tracks. No, he's going to dive it on deep here. Now through turns 1 and 2. Let's see what happens here. This could be a big moment Oh, he comes right in front of him. He's going to give him a little bit of a draft now into turn 3. Let's see if that dirty air plays effect. No, the 1's going to go down to the bottom. The 16 to the high side. And that is not going to play a part in the battle of this race. But here comes Nathan Williams. White flag out in the air.
One more time around here in Atlanta as Matthew Wood, the Iron Man, leads into turn 1. Lap traffic in front. Can Underwood take advantage of this off of turn 2? Maybe get a little tight here behind Nathan Williams off of 2. It's down to 5/10. I don't know if it's gonna be enough. Underwood's gotta have some full send moment here into turn 3 as Matthew Wood is gonna stay behind the 13 of Underwood. No, or the Nathan Williams is gonna take it to the inside. Oh, he drove it in so deep he's gonna clear him. But off of turn 4, it's gonna be the Iron Man, Matthew Wood, who wins here in Atlanta.
Brian Underwood comes home P2. Here comes Jordan Hand off of turn 4 to round out your podium. Chris Dange coming home P4. Tyler Bellinger coming home P5 tonight here in the PSCRL Truck Series at Atlanta. What a race that we saw between Matthew Wood and Brian Underwood. What a great race.
Yeah, what a great race. Hard racing, clean racing, a lot of respect by everybody here tonight. What a fantastic race. Atlanta puts on one well of a show. Old Atlanta, hot Atlanta, good Atlanta. Hell yeah.
Absolutely. I can't agree more with that statement. All right, let's go ahead and bring down our podium finishers for tonight. First up, Jordan Hand. Let's see if we can get him down here and talk to him. Jordan Hand are your P3 finisher for tonight. This is Thomas and Jay in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Wow, what a weird, cool, awesome race that we saw tonight. Look, we saw a lot of strategy happening. We saw even pit stops with 25 laps to go. We saw there was everything on the board tonight, but you find yourself 7 seconds behind second place, and you know, even with you had a fast truck tonight. Some of the fastest laps on track tonight were pulled by you. But what did you need out of that 3 truck to continue on and try to battle Brian Underwood and Matthew Wood at the end of this race?
I just think I gotta get better at strategy, man. They, Brian and Matthew are just always like a step ahead of me on pitting and stuff like that. I always try to be the last one to pit and have the, fresher tires, but things starting to bite me in the butt a little bit here. But I feel like every track I'm the better one on the long run, but he said Matthew's just so damn good on the short run, so that kid's incredible. But yeah, it's unfortunate.
So a little bit of strategy games, not being able to capitalize on that tonight, but nonetheless, still coming out with that P3 finish. That last long green flag run, what was that like? That had to be a little taxing.
It was, but I won't lie, I was hoping for a caution.
Yeah.
I was hoping, man. But yeah, it was a fun race though. I love tracks like this. Rockingham and this track, I wish it would have been 130 degrees in the track temp mid slicker as all hell, but I just love tracks like this, man. It's great.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Well, look, congratulations on your P3 finish. I'm going to hand you off to Jay here. He's got a couple questions for you, then we'll round out this interview.
Yes, Jordan, I took you at the top, so hopefully I didn't jinx you too bad. You seem to find a podium finish every week. You're the podium master here in the PSCRL Truck Series. Again, fantastic on the long runs. The strategy, maybe not to your liking, but you still did a fantastic job coming home P3. Who do you have to thank for this performance tonight?
I got to shout out the wife, and then I'm going to shout out my buddies, Jack and Garrett. They always watch. My buddy Garrett, he just got into iRacing, and hopefully he'll be in the league here pretty soon. But other than that, I want to thank you guys. You guys do an awesome job on the broadcast, and I want to thank Brian and Josh for putting on the league, and just thanks for all the drivers that came out tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you for those kind words. Shout out to Jordan Hand's wife. We truly appreciate you giving him the time to come out here and give us some great content. Thank you for you, Jordan, for taking the time to come out here and race in this league. Congratulations on your P3 finish tonight. A great points run for that 3 truck in the championship battle. And Jordan, we hope to see you in the next one.
Appreciate it, boys.
All right, that was your P2 finisher for tonight. Let's go ahead and bring up your P2 finisher, Brian Underwood. Brian, this is... Dale, yeah? Brian, this is Thomas and Jay in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah.
Brian, wow. I mean, just wow. What a strategy you had. Look, at one point in the race, you overcame a 6-second gap to the leader, got to his rear bumper. That was like 25 laps to go. Everybody pitted. You did one lap further than Matthew Wood. You come up short, but look, did you feel like if you took that pit stop one lap shorter, could you have been battling side by side with Matthew Wood there at the end?
Yeah, I mean, it's shown with the stage there, just basically whoever had that clean air just kind of checked out. Fortunately, I was able to stay with them most of that run, but I mean, pretty much every run I was balls to the wall the whole entire run. I'd save a little bit here and there. But yeah, it's just trying to get a space in the air. I didn't have many lucks with his teammates or affiliates. They give me a hard time there on the last couple pit stop runs there. So it's just I come up short, but I'll take that finish stage win.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm still a great run tonight that you found yourself in. You still come home P2. You had some great stage points. You had some. You're getting great points here tonight. Still, though, Jay brought it up. Jay, I might be stealing your question here, but I gotta ask, because really during the whole year so far, we haven't really seen anybody take it to Matthew Wood. But you did it here tonight. You took it to him, even though you may have not finished one position further, but you still took it to him. You gave him that battle. What have you been doing differently, maybe, during the off weeks or during the weeks that we're racing? Maybe you've been, practicing a little bit more. Maybe you've been finding, tenths here, tenths there, and finding yourself a little bit faster. What has it been? What's the secret formula?
I don't think it's really a formula. I think I'm a smidge behind him, but he definitely runs a lot more on the sim than I do. I actually don't practice at all. I practice on race day. That's it.
Impressive.
I run a little occasional, official races here and there, but typically my race day is only Saturday.
That is actually very impressive. Very impressive.
Yeah. I felt pretty good about this race. I actually practiced a long run, which I never do. I felt like I've been with Wood all season long. Just fell asleep last week. I think I would have given him a fault there. That's one of my good tracks. I just gotta, I gotta be more patient on my pit stops. Sliding through my box killed me 1 week, and there's a couple other things that I gotta, fix up, and I'll be right there with him all season.
Absolutely, and we have seen that all season with your performances, Brian. I mean, it's been phenomenal what you've been able to do on track versus Matthew Wood, and super excited to see the rest of the season play out, especially after a night like tonight. But congratulations on your P2 finish tonight, Brian. I'm gonna hand you off to Jay. Jay might have a few questions for you, and Jay, take it away.
Yes, Tom, you did take my question, but that's all right. That's all right. I was going to ask you, Brian, wow, what an amazing race you had tonight. You were the show. I mean, early in the race, you were making moves that just had us on the edge of our seat. Your strategy was just also kept us on the edge of our seat, and we really thought you had something to come at Matthew Wood there at the end. But nonetheless, come home P2. Fantastic result here tonight with stage win as well. Who do you have to thank for your performance?
I mean, I gotta thank you guys putting on the show. I mean, I was between racing and I have you guys on my other monitor. I keep looking over because it's like you guys got so damn entertaining. It's like, oh man, I want to watch this. And then thank all my teammates. Very supportive group. And, gotta thank our sponsor Dylan. And I mean, everybody shows up every week. It takes a lot to put a league together. It's not one person. It's a collective effort, and everybody's part of it.
Absolutely. Big shout out to those guys. Big shout out to you, Brian, for your P2 finish tonight. Congratulations once again. And Brian, I'm sure we will, but I'm going to say it anyways. We hope to see you in the next one.
All right, you will.
All right, that was your P2 finisher for tonight. And now, let's bring down your race winner, Matthew Wood. Matthew, this is Thomas and Jay in the booth. You got a copy?
I think I do.
What was that?
I do.
Wow. That's a lot of enthusiasm after getting a checkered flag there. It was a joke. It was a joke. All right. Anyways, look, what a phenomenal race you had tonight. You found yourself out front by 6-7 seconds at some points in front of Brian Underwood. Brian Underwood really taking that initiative to get that gap down multiple times or twice during the duration of this race. Were you looking at the gap between yourself and Brian during any of those runs? Were you worried that maybe Brian could get around you?
Yeah. we were worried, but once we short pitted, we knew that we could keep the gap, and if I saved, because I had Noah, who's unfortunately suspended, I had him as a crew chief, and I don't think I could have asked for a better one. Him and Grayson, it's incredible. This past week really has been tough. I mean, I went through the hardest moments of my life exactly 2 years ago, losing the best friend that I've had, my grandmother. And that very race that I was the league race, I said to myself I was going to win it for her, and I led the whole race, and on coming to the white flag, someone self-spun, and I got punted out of the way on the green-white checker on the final corner. And then I said something I shouldn't have after the race to the guy, and I lost everything, basically. I lost all my leagues, I lost all my friends, besides Grayson, and he's the reason I'm here, to be honest with you. I didn't realize that was last week, and I came in this week, and that's really all I was thinking about, but I knew I had to stop and focus on what was ahead of me, and we did it. I finally avenged her after 2 years of trying, and I've gotten better from that. I can't thank the Lord enough for what he's done for me. It's just, I can't believe it.
Absolutely, a very emotional win for Matthew Wood tonight. Coming out here in dominating fashion once again. Phenomenal what you were able to do to hold off Brian Underwood in those closing laps. Congratulations on that. That is a huge win, I can tell, for yourself and in your personal life as well. So from the deepest of my heart, congratulations. I know this is emotional for you, but this has got to be one of the biggest wins that you've had probably ever. Coming out here with some unfortunate happenings 2 years ago, but you come out here, you get it done. Congratulations on your win, Matthew Wood. And I'm going to hand you off here to Jay. Jay might have a few questions for you, and we'll round out this interview. Jay, take it away.
Yes, Matthew, congratulations. The Iron Man-esque drive here again tonight. The unrelenting performance to keep that thing up front, even with the pressure behind you. Unbelievable. Congratulations. Is there anybody else you want to thank? Anything else you want to say here at the end of this night?
I mean, we were having amazing battles. In practice, me and Jordan were flying and going back and forth on each other, and I loved it. And, we tried a different strategy there in stage one, just back off and let it come to us. And I think we would have won it if that caution didn't come out, but Brian put on, I mean, he was flying, and I can't thank these guys enough. I mean, they're incredible to race with. I mean, the Lord just, again, that's why I have my favorite verse on the truck, and I got my old Iron Man truck back. So that's going to be something. It might change here in the next week, but it's not going to be too big of a change, but we'll see how that goes.
Well, and that beautiful Dega Boy sticker on the helmet. I mean...
Exactly. Yeah, I was going to say, I know. Yeah, you noticed that. I had the big old Dega Boy sticker on the helmet on the side and on the front.
Oh, yeah. It's beautiful. I love it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Definitely the best helmet I've ever seen in my life. Hands down. Hands down. But, Matthew, again, congratulations on your win. A huge victory for tonight. You put another spanking on the field and find yourself
I can't stop.
It-
It's an addiction.
you put yourself in a great points position, now inching closer to a championship run. So congratulations, Matthew, once again. And I'm sure we will, but we'll see you in the next one.
All right, thank you all.
All right, that was your winner for tonight. Your top three also getting interviewed as well. Man, Jay, what a race that we saw tonight. Again, Old Atlanta never disappoints. Never does, never will. Beautiful. I mean, that was just, I mean, if you could put art on a track, Old Atlanta.
Yes. Old Atlanta, hot Atlanta, good Atlanta, great Atlanta. I love Atlanta. This Atlanta. Yes. Amazing race here tonight. We saw great battles at the beginning of this race. Stage 1 was absolutely insane. 2, 3, 4 wide racing. People ripping the boards. People using the Harvick line on the inside. Making moves, duking it out. And then we get past the first stage. Brian Underwood ends up winning that stage. We move into the rest of this race. And strategy was all over the place. I mean, 5, 6, 7 different strategies being played out. It kept us wondering up in the booth when we thought we had it all figured out. Another wrench got put into the mix, and we see another pit stop. We see another round of these boys heading down pit lane. And then it comes to the end of the race. Brian Underwood really showed the strength tonight, really had the pace in that race truck. He was putting the battle to Matthew Wood. We've been waiting all season long to see if someone could take that challenge to Matthew Wood. And he did it tonight. He really did. A really hard, amazing race that he put together. A masterclass drive. Strategy was on point. But at the end of the day, it's Matthew Wood. He's the Iron Man. Iron Man drive. With all the pressure behind him, going through lap traffic, nothing fazed this guy. He was smart at the end, took away Underwood's lines, and was able to maximize, pull a little bit of a gap there at the end, and comes home with yet another victory here in the PSCRL Truck Series here at Atlanta.
Yep, absolutely a great race once again played out. Real quick, we'll go through the chat. Oh, just Tanja's back. Tanja, GG, guys. Thanks, Tanja. We truly appreciate your support. Thank you so much. With that being said, let's wind down this broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all to everybody who came out. James Gentry, Josh Kreider, Tyler Bellinger, Ty Styles, TW, and Tanja. We truly appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys like and comment. You can still comment. That means a lot to us. And subscribe. We truly appreciate it. In the growth of this channel, again, we just hit 12,000 subscribers. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Thank you. We love you guys so much. It's all because of you. Thank you. If you guys like to check out some of our merch, we got a merch store up. Go to our channel, hit the store tab, and get a great Big Daddy IMSA hat like what Jay's wearing. I'm not wearing mine tonight because I'm showing a little bit support for our guys over at the King of Camo, which we will talk about here in a second. But all the proceeds going to and through that our store, our merch store, goes right back into the channel to make better and more amazing content for you guys. So thank you for everybody who's been a part of that. We truly appreciate it. Also, if you want to become a member, you can have great benefits. Josh Kreider, Ultimate Die Hard package. He is getting free Dega Boys merch shipped straight to his house because he is part of that tier. Go ahead, check out all the other ones. You get an opportunity to come onto a broadcast with us, maybe broadcast a race or two, maybe come onto our podcast if you like. Just great opportunities as being a member of the channel. Now, with that being said, I'm going to hand it off to Jay to talk a little bit about our podcast and our watch party side. Boy, do we got something coming up, baby. Oh, yes. Jay, take it away.
IndyCar is back, baby. It's tomorrow. IndyCar racing. Oh my goodness, like Christmas all over again. I can't believe it. So we will be recapping the IndyCar race. We've already seen some great stuff in practice and qualifying. It's going to be an unbelievable race in St. Pete. We'll be recapping that for you, as well as the Formula One race today. A little bit of stuff there to talk about as well. It'll be interesting. We'll also be recapping the Phoenix races in the Cup Series this weekend as well, and then previewing next week's race at Bristol. It's Bristol, baby. That's going to be next weekend, so we'll give you the whole preview for that race weekend as well. And then later this month on the 24th of Sunday, the 24th of March, we're going to be doing our watch party for the month of March. We're going to be doing the IndyCar Thermal Club All-Star $1 Million Challenge. I can't wait to watch that race with you guys. It's a great time. Watch parties are so much fun. We just relax and chill. It's as if you were on the couch right next to us watching the race. It's a great time. And also, go follow all of our socials. We have an Instagram, we have a TikTok, we have a Facebook, we have an X, and a Patreon to go see all of our full-length Crash Compilation videos. There's also going to be a lot of content coming out of April to be on that Patreon. You guys cannot miss it.
Yeah,
You can't miss content. Maybe not YouTube friendly, but it's Patreon friendly, and you guys are going to love it. Also, one more thing before I pass off to you, Tom. I want to give you a huge shout out, man. Tom, puts
Me?
in an absolute amazing amount of work in this broadcast.
I'm
inside of
blushing.
This channel.
I'm blushing.
He puts in all this hard work for us to come and enjoy this race, and I mean Tom is the legend. Tom is a legend, putting all this together.
Oh.
Thanks to Steven for putting up together our overlays for all the cool little graphics and stuff you get to see on screen. He does a lot for us as well, but Tom really gets a lot of this work done here. A lot of the stuff behind the scenes, so we can have some great racing here every weekend, every weekday with all these great leagues.
Well, thanks, Jay. I appreciate that. Big shout out to you, too. I mean, you do a lot of work on the podcast side as well. A lot of cool stuff coming out as well. I mean, look, we started doing this Bonehead Move of the Week since the
great.
beginning, right? Seriously, go to our community page, vote for Bonehead Move of the Week, and whoever wins, we make a short about it. Maybe break it down a little bit, maybe laugh about it. That's what I did last time with the Ballad of Big Willie. There's nothing breaking it down about it. It's just laughing about it because it's just funny. But nonetheless, Jay puts in a lot of work on this. This is something that we just love doing, and it's just awesome. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. It's been awesome. It doesn't even feel like we've been here for a year. It doesn't even feel like it. So, but yes, look, we got lots of cool stuff coming up. The Dega Games in April. Last night we finalized everything. Everything is finalized. It is a green light. The competition is a green light. The point system is a green light. The games we're doing, green light. I mean, it's. Oh, I can't wait to share with everybody, man. I can't. We haven't released what we're doing in terms of the different types of games we're doing. We've just announced what we're overall basic what we're doing, right? So, podcast April 12th. Be there. We're going to be going over all of it. The King of Camo is going to be right here, and we're going to have a podcast. We're going to talk about it. We're going to, crap talk each other and go into this Dega Games ready to go. So, with that being said, make sure you check out our Discord too. Our Discord's really popping off as well. We got lots of great people in there, and lots of cool stuff going on there. If you love motorsports news, make sure you join that. All the latest and breaking news posted there to keep you guys updated as well. So make sure you join the channel. Jay, I don't think there's really anything else to talk about.
No, I just want to say I love everybody that's tuned
Yes.
into this channel. You guys are awesome. Also, one more shout out to Dallas Seaward as well, a member of our channel. Gotta give him that quick shout. Oh, and Telltaps. Telltaps is a new member on our channel as well. So thank you,
Yes.
Telltaps. We'll be seeing a little bit of him in the next Sim Racing IndyCar League here. So thank
Yes.
you, Telltaps, Dallas Seaward, good supporters of us. And I love our whole community, man. I feel like I've known you guys forever, and I love it. I love waking up in the morning and being able to make content and to bring to the internet and interact with you, find amazing people on the internet. So it's great.
Absolutely. All right, ladies and gentlemen, like what Jay said, we love y'all from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you so much for giving us this great platform to just be able to hang out with you guys, be with like-minded people. And we truly appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much. Everybody came out, like, commented, and subscribed. Means so much to us. But this has been Thomas and Jay in the booth. Another great Dega Boys broadcast from the PSCRL Truck Series at Hotlanta. And we'll see y'all in the next one.